Is it started? Is it working? I can't find the new room on YouTube. Oh, okay. Took a while for it to show up. I gotta fix my chat now. I'm gonna kill my fucking ISP in Minecraft. Yeah, we're back. I gotta open a window. It's way too hot in my room. Flora Nova, thank you for the 5 membership. Oh my god, an N5 with 20 gifted? What the fuck, guys? This is too much. Thank you. Is this to make me feel better about my stream crapping? Thank you! Let's go, guys. Thank you so much. Internet upgrade fun! No way! Volcano Zombie, thank you! Thank you! Oh my god, Default and AO got gifted. Insane gacha pulls. Insane! Wow, an Icelander. That's insane. Too. I need to stop saying insane. Ah, thank you guys. The last you guys heard was it reminded you of Kiara. Seriously, that's all you guys heard? I also really don't know why it glitched, by the way. Did it also crap on Twitch? Alright, yeah, it reminded me of that Kiara watcher that also got told off by her because he was going too far. I mean, it really... Yeah, I'm at 1 hour Andy now, I guess. Died on all platforms? Hiya, Sarah. Morning. What was I gonna say? Oh, yeah. The thing is, it's not... It's just like seeing comments like this becomes emotionally taxing, but not in a way where it's an explosive confrontation. It's just that it's like a low-level stress that's always on in the background. And I think you don't realize how much it's a kind of low-level stress until you finally just cut that channel off and just turn that person off. Like there's a few viewers in every community that get tolerated for far too long until at one point they cross the line and then they get banned, and it's like everybody around them just exhales and like you don't realize how much they were making everybody around them uncomfortable. And also negativity breeds more negativity because people will often come together to like be negative together on those comments. So really it's better to just get rid of them. It's like if one rotten apple will ruin the rest of the batch. Exactly, it's crazy because you never know how many people were holding their breath until they finally got banned. I had like one user like that at one point in my Discord, and we were like letting him there, but he was making everybody uncomfortable. And at one point I just put my foot down. I was like, you're getting banned, and I kicked him, and everybody was like, thank you, and I was like, oh my god, I didn't know he was making everybody so uncomfortable. You guys should have told me earlier. Like, I'm sorry, I didn't know he was that bad. Yeah, many of the people that do this have been doing it for a long time, to the point others recognize their names. The other people in the community often hates them, but they won't speak out to not make it awkward. Yeah, nobody wants to be the first to point someone out. Okay. Let's see. Okay, this is the comment why I think it's probably... Oh, so you guys missed all of me reading this 4chan. So people think that he's the one writing these 4chan like comments. So here's what he says here. Since I just got home from a nice long walk and don't know what to do, I'm just going to relax now. Had a nice talk with my mom too. She said basically the same as here, and it's right. Also have the gym lined up again finally, so that should help with things, especially once I properly get back into it. So he responds to somebody asking, which is a lot of basic whining. I don't remember the exacts anymore, but it was mainly saying that she's better solo, and how I would prefer a solo live instead of a duo live, stuff like that. I know, it's stupid. It was, I know. The thing is that if I just kept it to the comments and out of live chat, then this probably wouldn't have happened. I know I fucked up hard, and I will probably just eat the loss of my member and hard streak and make a new account, but now I need to figure out what to do so I don't rush things. I know and I understand it. I know that it was most likely the same for you, but there really isn't anyone like her, so there really is only two options here. Either learn my lesson and behave better, or I really do love her. Guys, it's so... It's kind of embarrassing. Wait, that one Kiara guy had been banned from more than 30 Discord groups? Sarah, thank you for the Twitch resub. No, this is not over Kiara. We're just comparing it to a Kiara fan. This is over this guy who has a history of being just a constant negative Andy. I mean, look at this. So, more work, I just want streams, man. She tells, she's like asserting her boundaries in a very respectful way. And people have dug up all of the negative comments he's ever done. Sent her 5 super chats crashing out because she's appearing at Anime Expo. Complains all the time because she does concert. Also would complain about Agura shilling her membership. And then complains about Cece having an ad taking up a large part of the Zatsu and apparently shilling stuff every time she gets rated. And yeah, on the 4chan stuff, like, there's so many fake comments on 4chan that it's hard to know whether it's him or not. Also, he mentioned something about a live chat. Apparently he got banned out of live chat, not comments. So did he type again in her live chat something negative after that comment? I don't know. So much entitlement. Talking about Hololive entitlement, though, there's another thing that just dropped right now as I started to stream. Fans are now mad at Shiori for apparently an essay joke? I haven't really... My 2 cents as someone who's desensitized to those types of jokes is still not a good impression to leave to wide audience, especially if you're with audience that's not yours. That was my first time watching them collab, by the way. Not doing any favors, wanting more collabs, so they're upset about a collab that she already did with Flayon. Let's call the comedy police. Let's see what they are actually upset about. This clip was the one referenced. Oh wait, I have music on.
Come here. If The Rock knows what you... Oh, fuck.
Yeah?
Oh, fuck you too. Hold on.
No, fuck you first.
There's a line of people waiting for that.
Oh my god. I don't think they want to really do that though.
Oh, what is it?
They want to fuck you up, not actually fuck you.
Oh my god, it's like the people in school, they're like, hey, I want to date you, and then they say yes, and then they break up with you. It's like the fake date where they date.
What?
When they date you all because of it's like a dare. There you go. So what, people are lining up to fuck me as a prank?
Wait, do people do that to you? Is this why you're like this?
No, people don't do that to me. Oh.
Okay.
What the? You are so ready for this
No.
whatever notion that I'm a loser.
No, wait, sorry. I thought you were talking about the fight, not this.
No. Weren't you a good girl? I was a
good girl, yeah. I actually didn't want to bother with people, but I had people.
I was the exact opposite of you. I was a delinquent.
I see. Now that explains a lot, yeah.
Oh, fuck. How?
No, I was a good girl. I had a lot of friends in like the first 2 years of high school, but then there came a point where I was actually tired of people.
What? Well, what happened to your other ones? You just got tired?
No, I mean, it's just because they were all kind of like gross.
Oh. Wait, the
Like
girls?
I'd be eating my peanut butter and jelly, and then next person next to me just starts talking about like anal. So I'm like, what the fuck?
Like in... Okay. Did you have a lot of guy friends?
No, that was a girl.
Oh, yeah, I was about to say.
Funnily enough, the guy friends were like nerds, and we were actually like okay, because they didn't do that while I'm eating lunch.
That tracks. I think girls are actually kind of cursed. In my
Like
experience.
cursed objects. Macaroons, you're perfect though. Don't worry about it.
Oh, dude, they're like goo. They are like the last thing I remember in high school with a girl is her like, what was it? She'd use her bra to store food, and she put her French fries in her
Actually,
bra.
that's kind of smart though.
Yeah, but then the oil everywhere.
Wait, oil? What food was she hiding? I thought it'd be like in packs.
She'd put anything.
Ew.
What? Okay, was she poor? That would explain some stuff.
I was poor.
Yeah, but you had no bra, I think.
I think.
I cannot confirm. I was not there.
I'm getting a picture of the exact type of person you think I am. I'm not sure I like it. I'm not
Sweaty gamer.
No, not sweaty gamer. Oh my god.
It's just sweaty gay.
Sweaty gay. Yeah, sort of like that. Like, oh my god, slay.
Oh my god, slay. Okay, I don't understand. Where's the essay joke in this? Is this the right clip? I mean, that's what they linked in the threads, so... Oh shit, I closed it. Nothing wrong with this entire combo. What was wrong with that? Is it a different clip? It's gotta be a different clip. Do you guys have the other clip? Nobody posted anything. It was a funny clip. All right, while we look for it, I mean, if anybody's got it, just let me know. Yeah, nobody. I'm gonna ask Nayan. Pretty good at finding stuff. Let's look at the comments in the meantime. That might clue us in. I'm not gonna lie, even if it's a regular thing in private, I hope not actually. It's pretty weird. I might be too woke. Randomly cracking up a joke related to a sage just like that towards him was so painfully strange. It makes me feel very uneasy. I've been thinking stuff like, wait, why is like no one commenting on this? That's actually bad. I don't think it's about being unhinged anymore. This is generally not a funny thing to joke about. Damn, it really feels shameful when people laugh along with it, yet you don't like it at all. IIRC, there was like 3K live viewers on that stream, and majority should be Novalites since pilot solo streams average in the hundreds, so bit concerned on what I've seen them find funny, especially since she was so readily able to joke like that to him. I don't know, man. And they screenshotted this tweet, irritating me how some people are treating the SA joke like it's a nothing burger and saying that it's not that serious. I'm so very afraid it is that serious. Because in no way, no matter who you are, you shouldn't joke about SA. I hate some of you people in this fandom. Sorry for being so mad about this, but I just keep seeing bullshit on my timeline. It's making me disgusted. Some of you need a person to say you're nasty directly in your face. I am being so for real right now. Especially if you find SA or any jokes related to it funny. Amen. I already said what I said on my sub due to fear of people misrepresenting my discomfort towards the thing as hate. And I'm not gonna say anything further, but get a grip and stop being so immature. My god, bro. I've been rewatching the VOD from yesterday/last night, and the blatant SA joke was so fucking gross. SA, isn't that what he does all the time? Coupled with the loud laughing, bro, what? Oh, I guess this is what she said. I wouldn't make a quote-unquote joke like that to a stranger, let alone someone I was somewhat acquainted with in front of thousands. Like, holy shit. Even if that is your humor, why the fuck would you say that on a collab in front of thousands? Oh, seems like we found the timestamp. I'll play it after we finish reading the comment. I hate being negative, but it's just really gross and not even funny at all. If someone joked about that to me personally, I would feel so uncomfortable, especially with the implications of that. I imagine it would be worse for the whole audience. I don't blame him for not calling it out in the moment either. I understand laughing when you're uncomfortable, especially if you're the butt of the joke. I can't imagine how shitty it felt to have someone joke about me like that while essentially working and trying to keep the peace and trying to manage a collab and an audience. I don't know, he's a grown man and I can stick up for myself. I know I don't want to speak for him, but me personally, that would really make me feel like shit. Okay, I found out about what joke was made, and yeah, that's gonna need an apology or something, man. I don't care if that's for humor and we have to live with it when I say it's generally a serious fucking thing to joke about. I'm watching the VOD right now. As much as I love their collab, some of the jokes were in such poor taste. I get joking around like that with your friends. He's a grown man and I trust him to set boundaries if he's uncomfortable. You definitely need to be more careful with your words, and you're streaming to a large audience. I'm watching the VOD right now. As much as I love their collab, some of the jokes were in such poor taste. Oh god, not the hashtag. I'm scared as fuck to even say anything about the hashtag that one joke hashtag she made on here. But I really do agree with you. I watched some of it myself and nah, the people in chat weren't on their best behavior either, as far as I know. Why are some so small, man? I don't know, some people downplaying it, saying, haha, it's her normal dynamic with an alarm. I'm sure it wasn't uncomfortable, that big of a deal. It's making me feel extremely queasy. I'm going to be very honest. Sorry if that sounds mean, but she's a grown woman that is supposed to know better instead of randomly cracking up a joke related to SA just like that. SA, isn't that what he does all the time? Please stop, especially with the other implications that sentences has. I I have to see yet a single ROON. I guess that's their fan base name. That wasn't uncomfortable with that joke. Why are we tippy tapping this stuff? She made a joke referencing essay and it made people uncomfortable. It's not policing what they are joking about, but complaining about the content they are watching. Remember, she isn't chilling with her friend, they are streaming. This is the joke, apparently.
Someone?
You do. I want to be an okay, hold on.
Lock in, lock in. What does C stand for? And then the SA?
Cock.
So what does C stand for?
Cock.
Macaroons. What does C stand
She
for?
just fucking ignored my ass. Fuck you.
It's chip? What does chip mean?
It means you want to be a chipped image.
Okay. And then what is SA? Is that what Flayon does all the time?
No, you're so fucked. You're fucked. So I say cock. You're sick.
I'm just yoinking. You're losing. Oh no, Flayon.
Oh
Wait, sorry,
my
you're not
God.
losing. That was trigger. I have no idea.
Oh Jesus Christ. Someone needs to put you down, bro.
Well, you're the one who was always going cock.
Cause it's just
Why can't I?
the bit requires it.
It was just a bit. It was just a bit, Flay. It's just a prank, bro.
Flay, I'm
She immediately says she's joking. I guess people just don't like joking about essay. How dare you joke about that? It's a serious topic. It's not even that bad. I feel like Chad was having a good time. Rune here, not uncomfortable. They've had jokes like this a bunch of time. She really likes to call him a misogynist. I guess that's what they're upset. We found it. We found the source, chat. We did it. We did it together. This was a community collaboration. Thank you, Rima Discord.
What does C stand for? And then the SA?
cock.
So what does C stand for?
Cock.
Macaroons. What does C stand
She
for?
just
As I
fucking ignored my
ignore.
ass. Fuck you.
It's chip? What does chip mean?
It means you want to be a chipped image.
Okay. And then what is SA? Is that what Flayon does all the time?
No, you're
Thanks to Flamel. Flamel found the clip. Thank you, Flamel.
so fucked. You're fucked. So I say cock.
I get it. I get it now. I get why this made its way on Twitter. It's because of that clip. It's because of this. That's why it became a topic on Twitter.
You're sick.
I'm just yoinking. You're losing. Oh no, Flayon.
Oh
Wait,
my
sorry, you're not
God.
losing. That was trigger. I have no idea.
Oh Jesus Christ. Someone needs to put you down, bro.
Somebody needs to put you down, bro. His reaction is funny too. Their manager while watching the stream. True. So apparently Starmins are also furious, but they apparently can call her out on it because they're scared of fan base reaction. Kind of crazy situation out there. So I think this is how this topic became like viral, because look at the quotes. Revisiting this clip in particular, and on reflection, I have to admit that I closed streams before solely due to even tamer comments in chat, never mind the streamer. Still many other fun moments. So I just saw the clip, and yeah, she was calling him an essayer. Here's the clip. What the fuck? They're talking about this big dog. The stream was so unhinged. Imagine the stream gave him a panic attack. Hi, yo. Some people are enjoying it, but some people are not very happy. There are people that are genuinely mad about this. I genuinely can't understand why. I mean, I don't agree with them, but I could see people being mad about it. Like, for having done this for over 3 years now? Yeah, we've seen people get upset at less than that. Yeah, their dynamics get good clips. You could tell they were like, clip farming. I don't think this is like all the Holostars fans, by the way, just like the people talking about it. I wasn't there for the stream the other night, but I did see clips, and yeah, the joke made me pretty uncomfy. It just seems, I mean, people are saying that it comes more from the Flayon side or the Holostar side. We've seen this thread. We've seen this thread already. Okay, sorry, I keep clicking on the same one. Twitter just has many interesting people. Oh, there's already a 4chan thread about it, I guess. People are posting some screenshots. Odd that these quote-unquote fans only saw the interaction because of a clip and not the actual stream it occurred. Exactly, they're tourists, which is why Hololive fans need to gatekeep more. Beg for collab, whine about collab. Wait, it's kinda true. Weren't these people being mad because weren't some fans mad because Kiara didn't collab with Holostars? But now you have a Hololive member collabing with a Holostar, and now they're upset at them. It's a loud minority, I think. Like, as you can see, it's the handful. Like, there's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 8 people mad, and we've seen maybe like, I don't know, 3 more in the comment section. Maybe there's more that haven't typed anything else, but they're special. 6, 7. There's more. I mean, there's several posts for sure. No, what I was trying to say is that, I mean, I try not to generalize too much. My point was, or at least I hope that is not a majority of Starmans. Okay, that's what I was trying to say. Oh. Okay, I spoke about it here. I can't imagine. Yeah, I did see the clips. Having time to watch and no clips at the moment showed up on my feed. Which joke? These kind of things are really traveling via Twitter clips. Okay, now the chat is talking about forcing collabs and stuff. I mean, look, forcing collabs wouldn't be better either because I mean, when you force people to do stuff, it sucks the fun out of it, and the audience can feel when people are not having fun. People will find a way to complain anyway. Oh, you want something to complain about? I'll show you guys something to complain about. Do you guys think this is real? I saw this tweet earlier today. You walk into a restaurant and see this. If you can't tip your server, don't eat out. Bill 92.50. Move decimal for 10%. Times 4 for 40% tip. Final total, $129. That's gotta be fake, right? 40% tip? I've never seen this. Is this just rage bait? You think it's AI? It could be. I thought about it too, because I've never seen a 40 or it's actually like a skit that the restaurant is doing. No, we haven't passed the cousin story. I'm just doing a little intermission. So I'm curious because a lot of my American viewers are saying that like tipping culture is actually going off the rails in the States. Is it true? Like, do you guys have crazy tipping fees? My issue with tipping is that now a lot of the machines, they start you off at 20%. It used to be 15 and they upped it to 20. And you gotta like manually type it. And generally, like, I feel like the service has gotten worse. People are not really good in the service industry like they used to be. Yes, but it's not as bad. Just 5% to 15. Well, 15 is like expected. I usually tip 20. Unless I've gotten really bad service, then I'll just tip 15. Like I will literally like punch it out like the custom number. I'm like, nah, you're getting 15. Well, no, you would never tip at a fast food joint. Oh, that goes without saying. I mean, you don't tip when you're taking an order to go or when you're grabbing a coffee. Like, you tip when you get service at your table. And, like, for me, good tipping, like, good service is like, well, the waiter should be able to suggest what's the best thing on the menu, what are the popular items, what they've tried. They should be able to recommend me a good wine that goes with my meal. Should bring the food to my table. You know, I'm not gonna fucking tip at Subway. Although, like, if you're a regular and you always go there and you're like your close pal with the girl that makes your sandwich, of course you're gonna like tip her a little bit from time to time. Like, there's one Subway where I only go there to buy a diet tea. And every time she just laughs at me and she's like, "Why do you buy it from here? It's more expensive." And I'm like, "Well, I like it better from the machine. Like, I like the fountain drinks more." And she just laughed. So I like tipped her that day because she made me laugh. But otherwise, I wouldn't tip. Yeah, Subway isn't like a sit down thing, so you don't expect them to tip. I mean, they'll try. They'll try. 40% is highway robbery. Wholesome moments. You can get good service by just taking a little bit of time to get to know the person that's like giving you food. Or just saying something that's like, just asking what their name is, they will literally like have a freak out reaction almost. They always get stun locked for a sec. Like, they hand you your food and you're like, "Thank you, what's your name?" And they're just like, they're like shook because they get treated like, you know, like robots all the time. People just come in, they grab the food to go, and it's like, "Go, go, go." Nobody ever takes the time to just talk to them. And then after you've done this, then you can ask for more stuff for free. I'm giving you guys my secret right now. And then you're like, "But can I have an extra jalapeno in it?" And they're like, "Of course." You just tell them, you know, I just usually say hello. You know, I like just being polite. Say hello. Are you having a good day? All of that. Anyway. I refuse to be on the first name basis with the help. Uh, If you go to a bar that's full and many people ordering a drink, they won't make you wait. Oh, hell yeah, that works in resorts too. No, I didn't tip the host club. I didn't go to a host club. In the resorts, everybody's fighting for the free drinks and nobody tips. So all you need to do is tip them $1. And sometimes you can go a little crazy and tip them 5. And then they will literally prioritize you for the rest of your trip. They will bring you drinks at your chair. When I was in DR, one day I didn't go to the bar and she found me. She found me lounging on a chair. She said, "No drink today?" And I was like, "No, I'm going horseback riding later." And she was like, "Come on." And I was like, "Okay, fine, bring me a drink." Whoa, big spender here. I know, a whole $5? Life hacks. DR, Dominican Republic. Yeah. Wait, is it RD or DR? In this economy, well, that was before the economy started doing bad, I'm not gonna lie. That was last year. Okay, sorry, but back to the tipping thing. So, for real, is it going out of hand, like in the States, like more? Besides, like, does it ever go upward of 20%? Yes? How? 30 is standard, there's no way. Wait, if 30 is standard, then we're not far from 40. Yeah, 20 should be for good service, like really good. 30 isn't standard in the US anywhere I've seen. I see. Okay. In what world is 30 a standard? Okay, so some people in chat are saying 30 is not standard. But it's true that the culture has come to, you know, even if the service suck, you must pay 15%. It's like mandatory. It used to be 15, 18, 20%. Now it's 18, 20, 25%. Is 30, 40 the new 6, 7? Yes, I've noticed that often the auto pay system default to 18. I think they've noticed that like because people use PayPass a lot, that they don't check, they'll just punch in the first number. So they were like, hey, we're leaving money on the table. Why not up it to 20? So then you just punch in a 20 and you move on. Yeah, their salary is too low, so they're adding the tips on top. But like, they could just up their employee salary. Before it was nice for the waiters because the tips were in cash, and then they didn't have to declare them. But I think now the tax authorities are kind of cracking down on that, so it's not even worth it anymore. On the other hand, it's all about like mentally, because in other countries they're baking in the tip amount into the total price. So it's not like you're still paying the same amount, but it's not separated under the tips tag. So people feel they don't complain about that. It's kind of like gratuity 15 to 20% included as a mandatory service charge, and then they prompt you for tip on top. Wait, they already have that baked into the price? Olive Garden was it always Olive Garden? Isn't Olive Garden like a fast food, like sort of healthy food place? I don't think you tip at Olive Garden, unless I'm confusing it with another place. Yes, and if you don't notice, you're basically tipping twice. I mean, in Uber Eats, you're basically tipping twice because you got the service fee and the tip. No, that's not Olive Garden. Oh, you know what? I'm thinking about Copper Branch. I don't know if you guys have Copper Branch. Olive Garden and healthy don't go in the same sentence. Oh, I'm thinking about Copper Branch, I think. They do like these, I don't know, fucking vegetarian bowls and stuff. It's not that good. But I used to go there for smoothies sometimes. Yeah, Japan is considered rude to tip, but also I found like the service in Japan was quite awful most of the time. I'm kind of a service stickler when it comes to these things. If you go to high-end places in Japan, you had good services though. But like most of the place, like bro, people in Japan they eat standing up. They eat standing up. Like they don't. Of course, you're not gonna tip them. They don't even have a place to seat you. Like. Yeah, in GP you have to speak up. You call the waiter and they won't come at you at all. If they There's no shot I am tipping in Japan when I'm literally punching my order myself at the machine that's like never been washed, by the way. And I'm like sort of a germaphobe. And then they just like throw like they get sort of angry if you don't make room for the ramen bowl to be like put in front of you at the bar. I wouldn't survive in JP. I'm so shy. No, because you can totally get food without ever speaking to anybody, so you would survive in JP. Wait, what? What is this? Okay, hold up. Let me open this image. If you use self-checkout, please consider... What? Please consider tipping 20% for system upkeep and service? Nah, that's rage bait. Huh? But why would I ever pay a cashier at a grocery store? That doesn't make sense. Wow. Wait, you guys' stuff are so cheap compared to our groceries? Fuck you. Organic eggs for $3.29? Is that for a dozen? That is so cheap. That's an older image? Oh, okay. That is crazy. Also, I hate self-checkouts. I hate them so much. All the places that are being renovated now have self-checkouts. It takes the exact same amount of time for somebody else to scan my articles than for me to go and check them out, man. They do add dipping to self-checkout 100%. No, I just want to be... They're great. I just want to be lazy and have somebody scan the items for me. I don't want to do it myself, bro. I'm already bringing my own bag. Now I got more responsibilities. I gotta scan the things. Sometimes I don't fucking scan. And anyway, you always have like somebody overseeing the self-checkout. So what's the point? They're not even cutting down on employees that much. Plus, we need jobs, man. Everybody's fucking jobless. Lol, that's funny. Self-checkout when you don't want to make eye contact with another person. They cannot judge your food choice. Wait, that is so smart. So they should have been a self-checkout when I bought that BL book at the thrift store. I had to buy other books on top to, you know, kind of hide it. So the person doesn't think that I'm a creep pervert. There was no other anime mangas at the thrift store. Marquinez, thank you for the sub. Here's my monthly tip for funny horrors that I like to watch. Thank you. Whoa, Giga Chat, that's gotta be a 40% tip. Let's fucking go. Thank you so much. Who's donating BL to a thrift store? That's what I'm saying. Why would you donate your manga stuff? I found like Black Butler from 1 to 3, and I'm just like, I went into this huge like fantasy thinking about what happened to this person. Why did they donate their Black Butler collection? Is it because they married somebody that was like anti-anime and they thought they were a creep, so like they had to get rid of their collection, they gave it to a thrift store? Or perhaps they moved to another country and they had to get rid of their entire book collection. I don't know. My mind went through, I invented this person like a total life. Yeah, maybe they don't have space for their collection and it's that simple, but like I feel like my first like fantasy was funnier and more interesting. Also, companies started losing money because the theft rate went up with self-checkout. Yeah, like that streamer that was doing it on stream. She's so insane. Oh wait, there's more? Oh, we're getting rage baited! Nah, dude, tipping at self-checkout. For a Sprite and a Coke! No way! No shot. Am I supposed to tip the cashier at the convenience store next? Also, are you supposed to tip the plumber? I don't actually know. No, I think I'd get banned if I did a BL reading stream. That robot is getting a real ego there. Plumber, yes. Did you get tip? No, you don't tip your plumber? For woman stuff, you tip your hairdresser, you tip your nail technician. What else do I tip for? I think that's about it. My pet store asking for tip, but it's for charity stuff. Oh, they always do, like, do you want to donate $2 for that kind of charity? And I'm always like, no. The hobo on my corner street is asking for tips. Yeah, you're supposed to tip when you get a haircut. And they're getting expensive. No, fuck you. I don't want to. I don't want to allow ads. Okay, hold up.
Growing number of people say their grocery items are actually shrinking, literally physically, but the price is the same.
Self-checkout machines now ask for tips and latest squeeze on customers. We are literally getting squeezed like fucking lemons. Machine at some airports, bakery, coffee shops, and stadium across the US. Bro, the airport has the worst service imaginable. And it's so fucking expensive. When I was leaving Republic Dominican, we didn't have time to eat food before leaving. We were starving. I bought the most expensive bottle of water I've ever bought in my life. It was like $7 USD. You can't even drink the water there. Like there's no like free water like in Canada. You know what I mean? Like you gotta buy the bottled water. I was like, I'm gonna kill myself. Oh, sorry, I can't say that on stream. In Minecraft. $7 USD, that's like 10 Canadian.
Grocery items are actually shrinking, literally physically, but the price is the same. Lydia Hu joins us. New York. She's in New York, by the way. Lydia, how bad is this shrinkflation getting?
Hi there, Stuart. You know, one expert tells us it's getting worse. You can take a couple of examples that we have here. Bottle of Crisco vegetable oil used to come in a 48-ounce bottle. It's now just 40 ounces. And Turkey Hill ice cream here. Ice cream not even off limits or sacred anymore. This container, they just shaved 2 ounces off of the package here. Listen to this.
Shrinkflation kind of comes in waves. And because of our current round of inflation, we're seeing a tidal wave of examples. So maybe where in past years, there may be 12.5 items that I'll find per year. Now there may be 36 items a year that are shrinking. And that's probably only scratching the surface.
Now, neither Crisco nor Turkey Hill ice cream got back to us for comment. But as food prices remain high, Stuart, some people are saying that these companies, the manufacturers, they're not just responding to inflation anymore. They're motivated by profits. So we took that question to Unilever. It's a massive company that makes a lot of household products. They hiked their prices in the fourth quarter by more than 13%. Now, Unilever says even with that price hike, their operating margins.
Bro, buying, like, if you gotta buy condiments at the store, you are fucked. Like, buying mayonnaise, replenishing, like, those sauces, they're extremely expensive. The bill goes up, like, super, super fast.
still remain lower than where they were just a year ago. And they added this, quote, while we believe we are past peak inflation, we are not yet past peak pricing. So we expect further increases, but at lower rates of increase. Stuart, we talked about this matter with the owner of this grocery store who's stuck in the middle. You know, he gets the prices from the manufacturers, passes them on to his customers. He says he thinks it's a mix of both, pricing to respond to inflation and also pricing to make sure they've got some profits. What he did say, though, is that his consumers are pulling back now. They're buying less of those discretionary items and only the necessities. Stuart,
why am I not surprised? Lydia Hu, thanks very much indeed.
Save your ketchup packets. Bro, I always do. I have so many of them. But then I forget to use them. When was this released? Oh, 2023. Okay. Well, it's gotten worse since then. It's only gotten worse. A lot of people are now shopping at the dollar store, but the dollar store is not even a dollar store anymore. Hi guys, we're coming in now. All right, let's look at the cousin thing. Crazy cousin thing. It all started with this LSF thread that went viral. Let me know if the volume is too high or too low.
Girlfriend cheated on me with her cousin. See, shit like this ain't even funny because I wouldn't have even wished this on my worst enemy. Who the fuck prayed on my downfall this much for some shit like this to happen to me? Now, I'm not gonna drop no names or anything, but y'all know who she was. You know, I posted with her, you know, obviously she's my ex now. I don't even know why I say girlfriend, bro. We made content together.
So they were both streamers. They made content together. She was his girlfriend. I feel like we've seen this guy before. I recognize his voice. I think we've watched a few videos of him, and he found out that his girlfriend was cheating on him with her cousin.
We dated for a couple years, and all of that ended recently, bro. I had to call it quits, bro. As of last week, I had to call it quits, bro. I caught her cheated on me in my house. Keep in mind, I pay all the bills in this motherfucker, bro, and she had the audacity to cheat on me with her blood cousin, bro. So lately, bro, I've been noticing she's always on
with her blood cousin.
FaceTime with this nigga, bro. And it's her cousin, bro. She's always on FaceTime with her cousin. But it's like, what normal person would think that's weird? Like that's her cousin. Like, I thought it was on some normal ass shit. Like, you know, like,
does this mean there's evidence? Oh, you wait. How he found that. The Nami body pillow is hilarious.
Like, I guess I didn't.
Also, the LED light on his bed.
Realized that they were sleeping on the phone together, that every time I would come near her she would go on mute or whatever, but that's not the point. She was in the shower and I heard her talking on FaceTime, so that was like a red flag. So I walked near that restroom, like this is my restroom, then there's like another room and another restroom over there. I walked near that restroom, the doors are locked, which was also suspicious because why are you locking the doors? But I heard her say the word gains, as in like gym gains, and I heard yams come out her mouth. And once I heard that, I'm like, who are you on FaceTime with and why are you talking about yams, my nigga? So basically, I have
yams?
like a little cat litter box, but it's like a AI advanced $900 litter box that has a camera for some reason, and it's in her restroom. So I was able to connect to that shit, and I basically seen her at the mirror of her restroom with her phone plopped up. You know, the FaceTime shit was on, her camera was on, and she was on FaceTime just showing straight yams to that nigga. Like,
bro, he was recording her in the bathroom. What if she was pooping and shit or having diarrhea? And he's like listening, trying to get intel.
I'm talking about 360s in the camera, grabbing.
He's gotta sit through like 15 minutes of toilet sounds to get to like actual real information about if she's cheating on him or not.
Yams, just everything, bro. Just butt ass naked, bro. And at that moment, bro, my heart sunk, bro. I was like, damn, it's GG's. She just cheated on me. But that's not how it ended, though.
Wait, full 360. Wait, what is yams? What is yams? Yams is ass?
the camera, grabbing yams, just everything, bro. Just butt ass naked, bro. And at that moment, bro, my heart sunk, bro. I was like, damn, it's GG's. She just cheated on me. But that's not how it ended, though. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Because I didn't want to make it seem like I knew and I caught her and she was gonna try to play victim. So I walked up to her room. I knocked on the door. I was like, let me see your phone real quick. I grabbed her phone and I noticed her like grabbing that shit, like, but like not really grabbing it in like a way where like she made it obvious she was hiding something. So I just grabbed it and sped walked to my room and then I locked my door. And that's when she started banging on my door saying, Kenneth, open the door, give me my phone.
Wait. Fave cause what promise? No matter what happens, we can't have any hidden resentment or bad feeling that could fuck up our bond. Like if we go through a breakup or some, obviously it might not feel good, but no matter what, we can't have hidden resentment after or once N-words get in the next relationship or anything. If we feel some, we gotta say it, talk about it. I'm TB on both sides. YFM. Okay, there's too many acronyms that I don't know. I just started. Can we resume this momentarily? But yeah, that promise is a hard one to keep. That's her fave cousin, alright, I guess. Ugh.
Okay, I have clothes on. Can you open the door, please? Hello? Kenneth?
Bro, he's actually kind of smart to do this. So he grabbed her phone and he's just recording it. What else is that we both agree that we'll always be close no matter what, so you know you'll still be here if this has to end. That's true, I know I'll never lose you. I'd just be worried from us getting this intertwined. Like if we had to end it, I would be heartbroken and have to go through these emotions again, or that I'll feel away when you eventually get with someone. Yeah, I feel you. Ion got any words of encouragement because I don't want to feel it either. It gets like that. I guess this is what we signed up for, the sacrifice. That is fucking wild!
Hello? Kenneth! Please! Please, please! Open the door, let's talk!
You're actually like a psychopath, gang.
Can we talk, please?
Like you really are fucked up in the head.
Please talk, please!
Nah, gang, we're good. I'm good.
Open the door!
I'm good off of you, bro. Get on my house.
Open the door!
Get on my house, bro.
Can I talk to you, please?
I feel you think I am deeper too, because every time I think of the future, I always picture you in it. This is so damn cute. What are these like encrypted messages that he's tapping and they're being revealed? You can do that? I saw tips, I'll leave it at that. Enjoy. Oh, thank you, my boy K. Thank you for the tip.
Kenneth, please, 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 open the door. Let's talk first. If this is it, let me just talk to
No, this is it, gang.
Okay, that's fine. Let me talk to you, though.
Wait, this is like some kind of scratch text message. I feel like I can visualize you as my boyfriend figure. Ew, brother, ew.
Conversation?
I went through
Gross.
her notes. I went through everything, bro, and I seen tons of explicit photos from her and him. And then I went through the text messages, and there was a bunch of weird shit going on, bro. Like, she was talking about that nigga being boyfriend material. She was saying she feels a disconnect from Kenneth. She was saying all types of shit, bro. And honestly, bro, I wanted to crash out at that moment, but obviously...
That is literally the wrong route in a visual novel. True, chat. She was keeping it in the family, bros.
Couldn't, because I would go to jail, and you know, yeah, I'm a good civilian. I'm not gonna crash out over a girl, but it was sick to see, to be honest, bro. Like,
So
I
calm about
genuinely
it.
was throwing up. I'm not gonna lie, you could ask all my homeboys. I was calling them. I was in my restroom throwing up just nonstop, bro. Everything I
Ew.
ate prior to that, I threw it all up, bro. It was sick, bro. So
Aw.
yeah, once I found that shit out, bro, I ain't gonna lie, nigga, I got my
What is this Peter Griffin poster above his goon bed? This is his goon material. It's not the Nami body pillow that she got sidelined. It's Peter Griffin.
phone. I took pictures of everything. I wish I scrolled some more, but you know, I like, once I seen it, I was just ready to kick her out, bro. I took pictures of all the pictures she took for him, all the pictures he sent her,
Ew.
the text messages, everything, bro. It's all on my phone just in case she wants to fuck
Wait, what is that?
her, the text messages. is everything, bro.
Nah, dude, bucket list? Nut on face is crazy. That's the bucket list with your cousin. Eat off body. Something barred out tape. I don't think it's gonna be a wholesome tape. Head videos. I don't think they're talking about their head. Oh, it's a smex tape. H. Job plus spitting in mouth, handcuffing, tripod video, public quickie. No, dude, movie, something. Holy shit! Oh my god, apparently her parents disowned her after finding out. This video went super viral, so it's no surprise they found out. This is actually repulsive.
It's all on my phone just in case she wants to fucking deny or lie to me. It was all on my phone. I gave her phone back. I told
Yeah, like in a movie theater. Imagine you're going to like, ew, imagine you're going to a movie theater and you sit in the seat that they sat on previously where they did that. Ew, dude, this is why I'm never going to the movie theaters. No, dude. People are actually defending her? How? Going to need a strong drink after this one. Make it a double. I was going somewhere else with that thought. I was gonna say, imagine you're going to a movie, you want to enjoy your time there, focus on the film, and then you have these two idiots, these two cousins, doing some kind of public and decent stuff right next to you. But then I went through the more horrifying scenario that it's like, what if you sit in their seat after? Not knowing that all. Ugh! Okay, let's move on.
her she had to go.
I'm so sorry, Kendra.
I don't care.
Yeah, you're like, why is this theater seat so sticky? Okay, I need to stop. I'm going down another like catastrophizing Rima fantasy.
Yeah, there's nothing you can say to me right now. You did what you did. You gotta face that. You gotta go.
This is something that I only did recently. Just know that in all of my relationships, I've always loved you a lot. And I care for you a lot. You know that? I'm sorry.
I don't care.
I've always had a close relationship since we was young. And I think, like, on some mentally fucked up shit, I think, like, we had some psychological shit going on when we were young because, like, when we was little jerks, like, before even puberty, like, we were, like, really close to where, like, some of our family members would notice it. And
I can't hear what she's saying. She's saying this has only happened recently. I think I got some psychological stuff going on. We were always really close. She's saying things like that. Just remember that for most of human history, your family ancestors were cousins. Ew. Yeah, we could tell they were close, that's for sure.
I was really having my doubts. And you know, if you
They were grinding against each other in the videos. Okay, that's TMI, man. TMI.
You've always been different than how I wanted you to be. Like,
So you fuck your cousin.
so what's that opportunity
So you fuck your cousin.
to be?
So you fuck your cousin. You need help, bro.
And yeah, she's not with me anymore. We're not with each other no more. But it's just like, bro, hey, all my young bulls out there, bro, learning experience, you can't trust these girls no more. I ain't.
Wait, she said they've been doing this since they were young? Did she actually said that? I missed that. That's so. How does she think this is defensible?
Lie, bro. You can't trust boy best friends. You can't trust cousins. You can't trust brothers.
This guy is so calm about it. I don't know if I'd be that calm. Like, even the way he's responding to her. Oh, he was in the Kaisenat Streamer University alumni. No shit. saying GG's to a real life scenario is funny. Rocking his Daisy Duke shorts, and he was probably one of the most successful people living in the town. They were married for some time, though. Think about it. Same buddy came home, found his girl with her cousin one day in their house. God, Jesus Christ. It's even worse when you found out she was just a side piece. My God. Mama! Thank you so much for the raid, Mama! I hope you had a wonderful stream. After this video, she accused him of essay, then he immediately made another video about it. Yeah, there's been 2 responses, and we're gonna watch them. I want to check this out. That's true, I know I'll never lose you. Just be worried from us getting this intertwined. Like, we read this. To have to go through the swing of things with you. I don't want shit to get sticky. You're out of topic, but I'm seeing it in 4DX. It's so fucking cool. Nah, that wasn't, we read these texts, they don't prove anything. This guy's misunderstanding it. She's simply saying, if things go bad between us, she doesn't want their cousin ties to be weird, because they're family, I guess. Anyway, that's crazy. Oh no, my stream time, my link timed out. Hold up. We can watch her full response video. It came out today. Yesterday. And then we can watch his response that came out today. What in the sweet home Alabama is this, man? Oh, she deleted all her videos, or did she just not upload? She's got 37K viewers. Doesn't seem like there's any other links.
Hello everyone, I am here to say my truth and share my story on the things that have been released on the internet and the things that have happened to me. First and foremost, I want to start off by taking full accountability for what I did. I want to start off by apologizing to the person that I hurt the most in this situation, which was my ex. I want to say sorry to my supporters that I disappointed. I did a lot of things that I'm not proud of, and I have to own up to them. To my ex, I'm so sorry for hurting you, and I'm sorry that I did not take your feelings into consideration when I did what I did. But our relationship was not picture perfect as it may seem. I lost myself in our relationship, and I was in a very dark place at the time when I did what I did. I have to own up to what I did, and I have to take accountability for my actions. And in doing that, I've come to realize that I need help for myself and for all my loved ones around me. I know I've done wrong, I fucked up, and I'm taking time away to seek professional help in order to correct my mistakes, reflect on what I've done, and become a better person. But I would still like to come on here to share my story because regardless, I've done wrong, and I did not have to go down that route, and I deeply regret it. But there's more to my story, and there's a lot of lies and misinformation being spread.
What's your story? I mean, his video was short. What kind of lies and misinformation could there have been? Some people are also saying that he could get in legal trouble because he, like, filmed her and stuff and admitted to it without her consent, but I don't know if that would hold.
About me in order to farm more hate and negativity towards my name. And I would like to clear up a lot of things. First, I want to address the note that was released online. I did not have any involvement in creating it or writing it in any way. It was only shared to me. And I also want to make this very clear. I did not have any sexual intercourse with anybody outside of my relationship. There was a rumor going around that I was cheating my entire relationship, and I've been doing this for months, which is completely false because this is only a recent incident that had occurred. I'm not trying to make anything I've done sound any better, but I think it's important that I share my truth because of the
He didn't film her directly. That wouldn't matter because it's audio recordings, like kind of like a phone call. I mean, she would need to press charges, and I doubt she will because she would be she would be even more cooked. This is like it's like a public discourse thing at this point. This is the platform they've chosen to, you know, wage this quote unquote war on. So it's all part of the public realm now. There's no point in bringing this into lawsuits.
Insane amount of lies that are being spread about me on the internet. Firstly, I want to clear up that I wasn't disowned by anybody, and I still have a great relationship with my mother. This was a fallacious rumor that was...
Okay, so some people in chat were saying she got disowned by her family. She says that's not true.
Started by someone that I thought was a friend, and is completely untrue. My family does not agree with the choices that I made, but they're standing beside me as I continue to get help and work to better myself. I also want to talk about a stream that my ex was on where he alleged that I did not want to publicly claim him and I wanted to hide our relationship from the internet. But in reality, in the first year of us being together, we actually had a popular couple page. And the real reason on why I wanted to go private was because at the time, I had a lot of people actively telling me to leave him because it was toxic. I also want to make it clear that any cousin or stepbrother or any content like that we made together was his idea and he convinced me to do it. The next thing I want to address is a very serious topic. It is my belief that suicide in any form should be taken serious and never lightly. While I understand the streaming business and the need to say crazy things in order to get clips and impressions, the thought that somebody's personal struggle with suicide can be used by anybody for jokes and views is disgusting and cruel. While I've been off the net, it was brought to my attention that
What is she yapping about? And we're gonna watch his response to her response after.
Streamer Snowcone made up a false rumor that I admitted myself into a suicide facility in order to get attention from my ex. I was involuntarily admitted into a suicide facility because I was considered a threat to myself. It was a terrible experience.
Sorry, my door is... FBI, open up! Okay, I'm back.
And one I would never wish on myself or anybody else. I want to say to Snowcone that while I understand I'm not perfect and I've done wrong, regardless of the mistakes that a person makes, that doesn't give you or anybody else the right to belittle, lie, and create false allegations about somebody's mental health. Throughout all of this, you've lied and made up rumors about me in order to hate farm me and get attention. Even though you don't care, I want to let you know that the rumors you created have garnered me more death threats and have made my mental battle that much harder. And that hurts from someone I considered a close friend.
Okay, but you got caught with your cousin. People are gonna meme about it and they're gonna be angry about it. Like, this is just the nature of the internet. She might have gotten like really suicidal. I mean, she got publicly humiliated and dragged, but it was her own fault. But yeah, of course people are gonna say you said it for attention. She should have just said like, no, I did really have an attempt. I got admitted against my will. This is the proof. Like, this emotional response isn't really helping her case. She's not selling it to me at all.
Me and my ex were involved in a toxic and abusive relationship. When I was in love with him, I was blind to the harmful behavior and abuse that was going on. Our relationship was built on unhealthy emotional attachment, and I stayed because it was all that I knew. He was my first boyfriend, he was my first everything, and I met him when I was 18, just graduated high school, and he was 21. There's two sides to every story, and our relationship was unhealthy on both ends, And since he's decided to bring
so how does that lead to incest?
my wrongdoings onto the internet, I believe it is only fair that I bring attention to the things that he has done to me, because my ex was never a saint like he paints himself out to be. We had a lot of arguments throughout our relationship, which was normal, but what wasn't normal was the verbal, mental, and physical abuse that he subjected me to. He put me through a lot in the past 2.5 years of us being together. He even forced himself on me at one point. My ex dealt with a lot of anger issues, and he would often use me as an outlet. For example, he would punch...
Okay, but how does that lead to incest? Still, just shouldn't that lead to you leaving? How does that lead to you turning to your cousin, your first cousin?
Things, he would rip wires in the heat of conflicts. He would yell at me when I cried, and he would gaslit me until I believed I was the problem. There were 2 or 3 times where my ex would approach me unprovoked and put me in a chokehold against the wall, and I would tell him to stop because I was scared, and he wouldn't. The next thing I'm about to say are serious allegations that I know men often get falsely accused of, but at the end of the day, all I can do is come on here, tell my truth, tell my story, whether you want to believe it or not. There was a time where me and my ex were drinking, and he forced himself onto me. And it hurt, and I cried, and I begged him to stop, but he never did. At the time of my essay, he was very rough on me, which resulted in me getting a cut on my insides. Luckily, I was able to take video footage of the blood on the scene and a graphic photo of the damage that resulted. After all this abuse, I formed a trauma bond with my...
On the scene, like on the scene of the crime, I guess, but it's like, I like that she's doing the movement to show the photo, and then the photo doesn't appear. Oh, it's too graphic, sorry. How can they have a photo of like her insides? Wouldn't it be like an x-ray? Let's rewind.
Damage that resulted.
Well, why is there a bunch of clear liquid? Do people shed so much liquid when they have the segs?
After all this abuse, I formed a trauma bond with my ex, which made it hard for me to leave and left me in a cycle of half-hearted apologies that I continue to accept. This was a memory of mine that was heavily repressed because I didn't know how to process it at the time, and I was very oblivious to what a healthy relationship was supposed to look like. After 1 year of mental torment and trying to get my ex to change to no avail,
I mean, I passed out last night. Can you give me a brief overview of why you broke up with this person? I could tell, but I finished at 3 a.m. Anyways, I knew you'd be asleep. He lost a real one because of his problems he was never able to fix. I was putting 100% of myself into the relationship to fix it while he put a 50%, so it didn't work. Despite everyone, despite everything, I loved him and believed in him and gave him my trust and all hopes he would change. But he never will for me, because soon after our talk next day, we have an argument where his stubbornness held him back from being mature. Just proved that he'll never change. I stood up for myself, broke up with him 2 days ago when we argued again. Do it right now, we break up. I'm dead ass done putting up with your bullshit and your stubbornness. You're the wrong for this. I'm not putting with it, not having to wait for you to get your sleep before you want to handle the issue between us two. Now I'm good, you got it.
I left. Here's proof of my ex admitting to his anger issues and admitting to the abuse that led to the fallout.
Also, you were in my head, it started to kill me. Now what happened? I felt so bad about what I did and how my stubbornness led to this. How I could have done such a simple task. We've still been on road to recovery. We were at our last try. Didn't need to add to that to being stubborn after saying I will do better and fix us. I had a dream about you, just watching you from a distance. Blah, blah, blah. Where's the admitting to his abuse? felt so bad about it I did and how my stubbornness led to this. Is this about the abuse?
Of our relationship.
It doesn't sound like it.
I still have the letters that he wrote for me where he confessed to his abuse.
I always tried to hit you with no, let's not break up, let's continue fighting, I will change, or other empty lies. The truth is you did the right thing. You were strong enough to see the man you once have has become uncomfortable, and I've gone into a spiral of destruction. I was constantly raising my voice, acting erratically, mentally abusing you. I became a stranger, someone who did not know from the start, and you breaking up with me helped me realize that I need to work on myself.
And confess to the wrongdoings that he put me through in our relationship.
I'm deeply sorry for all the pain and trauma I caused you during our relationship due to my anger, yelling, psychological distress. He doesn't admit to the physical abuse. He's saying it's like mental abuse or verbal abuse.
I also have a screenshot of a 20-minute confession where he confessed to his wrongdoings, and he made it for me in order to convince me to continue being in a relationship with him. I tried to re-access the link in order to showcase the video for you guys today, but it was sent by him and it was privated by him, so I no longer have access to it. My ex
You didn't download it?
often tried to use money as a way to avoid responsibility for his shortcomings. I'm very grateful for everything my ex bought for me. However, I don't appreciate insisting that I was freeloading off of him when everything he ever did was his choice. And I don't believe a relationship should just be reduced to a list of expenses either. Monetary value does not disregard toxic behaviors. After all of these gestures, I took my ex back in February of 2025. And in March of that year, after leaving him from the airport, I was set into a spiral of losing myself and wanting to seek therapy. Here's the video I recorded after leaving my ex.
Like, I just don't know what I'm doing anymore, but like, I feel like I'm losing my mind, though. So like, I just need to listen and get help from other people in my life, or maybe therapy. Like, I think like a lot of stuff has been going on.
And so what are you lost on the timeline? They broke up in 2024. She came back in 2025, thinks she's lost her identity, needs therapy. But like, okay, can I just point out, I don't know if this sounds like cold or whatever, but what is this? And why are the youths these days like, first instinct when to break up with somebody is to go on the internet or to film themselves crying? They're making a selfie, or like, you know, the people that take pictures of them while they're crying? I don't even want to have ugly pictures of me on my phone. So when I grow up, you know, and I become old and ugly, I don't remember all the times where I was like ugly. I only have the good photos of me on my phone.
Like in my life, like I need to stop pretending that I'm sorry, this is so like non-descriptive, but I just kind of want to pour everything out because I'm breaking point.
Breakup shouldn't be this hard, bro. It's so cringe. Like, how many times do you think like Gen Z or Gen Alpha takes a selfie and it, like, how many photos of themselves do you think they have on their phone? Because like this is why, yeah, good frame to pause. This is why clavicular and like all these looks maxer is a trend right now. It's because like they spend all this time looking at themselves on their phone that they develop this kind of like body dysmorphia. Like on their face. They're like, oh, my face should be more like this, it should be more symmetrical, I should have like more cheekbones, etc. Because they spend so much time looking at themselves. Like, if you think about it, other generations didn't have that.
My life right now, but it's not your problem at all. At all. But yeah, I need help in that sense. I need to listen and grow and do better.
At the end of the day, I chose to stay in this relationship and I made my mistakes. I regret everything I did and I wish I could take it all back. I never wanted to hurt anybody and I understand how badly I messed up. The only thing I can do from now is take the time to better myself and to heal. The next and final thing I would like to discuss is my mental health. Throughout everything that has happened, I have come to terms with the fact that I suffer with depression. It's a battle that I've been unknowingly fighting for the past 2 years. I was in denial and blamed it on a lot of other things in my life without fully understanding myself. Mental health is so stigmatized to where a lot of people, including me, do not get the help that they need when they need it, and it can often lead to self-destruction. Throughout the past few weeks, I've attempted to take my life multiple times, and the only reason I'm here right now is because I failed. During this fight, I stopped eating, I stopped sleeping, and I struggled to take care of my well-being. I felt helpless, and every day I would struggle with finding a reason to continue to live. I often felt like the world would be a better place without me. The suicide facility that I was admitted to was an abrasive environment that only made me regress more. In my time there, I met a lot of people that were in worse positions than me, and I learned a lot about the unfair and inhumane treatment that these people receive. And from my experience there and my own personal journey, I've been very motivated to advocate for better resources and more attention given to these people to assist them in getting the proper help that they need. I understand that my actions have consequences, and I also understand how the internet works. So I knew the hate was inevitable, and I have no problem with facing that. However, I do want to remind you guys that I am still a human being, and I don't think anyone deserves the immense cyberbullying and the non-stop death threats that I've received in the past few days. I do believe that bringing all of this to the internet in the way my ex did was completely wrong and invasive. It felt like a breach in our privacy. I know a lot of people don't believe I deserve the platform that I have and don't think I should come back to the internet at all. I understand. What I did is undoable, it's terrible, and I can't tell you enough how much I regret it. However, I do want to come back. I do want to be able to use my platform.
But I've never heard of depression leading to incest. Like, I've never heard of that. Like, depression is a real thing. She could be depressed and not, like, hook up with her cousin.
To raise awareness for mental health, because I know there's a lot of people out there who are just like me, who are struggling and they don't even know it. I will be back to streaming.
It leads to bad decision, that's true.
And I will be back to doing what I love. Because at the end of the day, I want to use my platform to help people. And I do believe after I get stronger and I get help, I can do that. To my community and to all my supporters, I'm so sorry I let you guys down. I'm so sorry I disappointed you guys. And if you are still here to support me, thank you. If not, that's okay too. Thank you for your time. And thank you for listening to my truth and my story. This is my experience.
I really don't like her delivery. I don't.
Things that I went through
I'm not
in my
buying it.
relationship and in the past 2.5 years of my life.
I mean, I think mental health and depression is like a real thing, but it does feel like it's just like a diversion tactic here. So let's see. Oh, his response is right here, I think.
Catalina, there's no way out of this one. I'm sorry, but you're done. You're finished. So apparently Kat has dropped a video titled My Truth. But honestly, Kat has dropped a video titled My Truth, but the whole video's fucking lies. So how the fuck does that work? I'm not gonna lie, Kat, you fucked with the wrong one. Nobody, and I mean nobody, will sit here and fucking lie on my fucking name, bruh. Hell nah. Alright, so the demon has dropped the video My Truth. For whatever fucking reason, it has 2.8 thousand likes. Y'all niggas are sick in the head. Y'all niggas really let yourself get manipulated by this demon, bro. By this fucking demon. Let's get into it.
Hello everyone, I am here to say my truth and share my story on the things that have been released on the internet and the things that have happened to me. First and foremost, I want to start off by taking full accountability for what I did. I want to start off by apologizing to the person that I hurt the most in this situation, which was my ex. I want to say sorry to my supporters that I disappointed. I did a lot of things that I'm not proud of, and I have to own up to them. To my ex, I'm so sorry for hurting you, and I'm sorry that I did not take your feelings into consideration when I did what I did. But our relationship was not picture perfect.
All right, I'm sorry for fucking, you know what, I'm sorry for cheating on you with my cousin, but our relationship wasn't perfect, so that's the reason why I did so. I'm sorry for sending my cousin pictures of my ass, titties, and fucking cooch on your living room couch and in your restroom and on my bed, but you know what, because our relationship wasn't okay, that excuses it. I'm sorry that you had to find my cousin's cock in my camera roll, but you know what? It's okay because our relationship wasn't okay in the first place. And that right there is the work of the reputation saver that you was emailing and your fucking YouTube manager told me about, bruh. He told—
Wait, what? No, I want to see the email. Fuck. Where is it? No, this is she's a streamer. The guy in the camera that we're watching the video of is also a streamer. And they're basically responding to each other via video. The cousin has not made a public statement because he's not a public figure.
That you was emailing and your—
Wait. What am I? Hi, Catalina. My name is Redacted. I work in brand strategy, public relation, and crisis management. I recently became aware of the situation surrounding the allegations as the result of public discussion online. While their sentence is likely an overwhelming stressful one, I want to reach out because I believe there's still a clear path to protecting both your reputation and long-term career. The first thing that stood out to me was the decision to delete your social media account. The reality is that public perception is rarely shaped by a single event. It's shaped by how the event is handled afterward. My approach would be to focus on 3 priorities. 1, stabilizing the narrative. Rather than allowing speculation to dominate the conversation, we would establish a controlled communication strategy to prevent further escalation and limit misinformation. 2, reputation preservation. The goal is not simply responding to the current controversy, but protecting future opportunities, partnership, and audience trust. And 3, strategic reintroduction. Whether through a statement, content strategy, or media management, or audience engagement, the objective would be to rebuild credibility over time rather than react emotionally.
Fucking YouTube manager told me about, bruh. He told me that the moment I exposed you, that you was emailing people trying to figure out ways how to come back from this shit, bruh. You was emailing people discussing ways on how to just push the whole cousin freakery aside and just bring something new to light. And it's like, bro, like, come on, bro. Like, you really gonna try to ruin me because you got caught cheating on your cousin. I'm innocent. I didn't do shit. But you know what? I'm gonna watch the video and hear what you gotta say.
As it may seem. I lost myself in our relationship and I was in a very dark place at the time when I did what I did. I have to own up to what I did. I have to take accountability for my actions. And in doing that, I've come to realize that I need help for myself and for all my loved ones around.
Okay, all right, yeah, we get that.
Help in order to correct my mistakes, reflect on what I've done, and become a better person. But I would still like to come on here to share my story because regardless, I've done wrong and I did not have to go down that route and I deeply regret it. But there's more to my story, and there's a lot of lies and misinformation being spread about me in order to farm more hate and negativity towards my name, and I would like to clear up a lot of things. First, I want to address the note that was released online. I did not have any involvement in creating it or writing.
It was a shared note! Bro, on Apple phones, you share a note to somebody, you collaborate on a note. Both people, you have to literally like, damn near like accept that shit. Am I tripping? It's a shared note. I went through your notes app and that shit was there. You have—
Oh, he's talking about the bucket list. Is he talking about the bucket list note? Nah, dude. She's claiming it's false. He took that photo from her phone, though.
a bucket list with your cousin, bro. Like, come on, bro. Some of the stuff that's on there doesn't even make sense if he wrote it from his point of view. The internet is not that stupid.
In any way, it was only shared to me. And I also want to make this very clear. I did not have any sexual intercourse with...
Oh, she's saying her cousin wrote that bucket list, not her?
Anybody outside of
and it was shared to her.
Relationship. There was a rumor going around that I was cheating my entire relationship, and I've been doing this for months, which is completely false.
Hey, first of all, hold on. First of all, there's clips on the internet of you literally admitting, confessing your love for your cousin.
But back when I was like, I don't even know the age, to be honest. I was young. I was just hitting puberty. Me and my cousin,
L story, yep, get
we
to the
kind of had a thing. We kind of had a thing going. But like, it was kind of one-sided though. It was more so me. But like, I remember like, I had a big crush on this nigga because we were best friends. And at the time, being best friends with a guy when I'm just hitting puberty and...
Oh my god, dude.
Like, my hormones are a little bit like peaking, you know what I'm saying? I kind of associated him with that.
Literally, like, I'm talking about, I don't know how old this clip was last year, 2 years ago, but we've been dating for 2 years and some change. And you're on stream talking about how you have feelings for your cousins. You found him attractive when I was younger. You don't know if it was your hormones taking over. But now the fact that you cheated on me with your cousin, this means that every single time you told me that you left to go hang out with your family, that you left to Kentucky to go stream at this fucking, the biggest world fucking roller coaster in the world, that you was with your cousin. Because, I mean, I have proof of that too.
Why would she ever admit that, dude? You could not torture that information out of me.
Like, you was in the hotel room with your cousin. You kept on telling me you was going on these trips. You went to Puerto Rico with your cousin. You went everywhere with your cousin. And it's like, bruh, like...
She went on a trip with her cousin? I don't believe that nothing happened there then. Nah, dude, nah.
But you only cheated on me recently, right? This only happened last month, right? Okay, but you know, I guess you just get to excuse that, I guess. I don't know. Like, I don't know if this is like manipulation, top tier rage bait or what, but okay, you know what? I'm gonna keep on listening to what you gotta say, all right?
False, because this is only a recent incident that had occurred. I'm not trying to make anything I've done sound...
Yeah, Sweet Home Alabama intensifies. Jesus Christ.
Better, but I think it's important that I share my truth because of the insane amount of lies that are being spread about me on the internet. Firstly, I want to clear up that I wasn't disowned by anybody, and I still have a great relationship with my mother. This was a fallacious rumor that was started by someone that I thought was a friend, and is completely untrue. My family does not agree with the choices that I made, but they're standing beside me as I continue to get help and work to better myself. I also want to talk about...
First of all, even though I'm in the right 100% for leaving you and talking about how I feel because you cheated on me with your cousin, you know, your parents were literally calling me and threatening me to delete that video because I don't know, they were threatening me with so much stuff that was just so uncalled for. And I don't know, it just seems like they're more biased to you than what's actually going on. Like, I think the fact that you're making this video right now, and I don't know, man. Let me just keep watching the video, bro.
Extreme that my ex was on, where he alleged that I did not want to publicly claim him and I wanted to hide our relationship from the internet. But in reality, in the first year of us being together, we actually had a popular couple page. And the real reason on why I wanted to go private was because at the time, I had a lot of people actively telling me to leave him.
Bro. Like, it's honestly crazy how much, like, bro, I've never been in a situation like this, but bro, girls are really like manipulators, bro. And I wish I had iCloud Pro or iCloud Plus, bro, because I'm scrolling through my phone trying to bring the proof. This girl literally would make excuses not to post me because her fucking fan base was majority guys. She kept on telling me that she had a lot of mods that would gift her subs and she would use them, bruh. She would literally use y'all, bruh. She would literally take y'all money and fucking make, I don't know what type of operation she had going on, but bro, she didn't want to post me because of all her male fans. She didn't want to talk about me. I ain't gonna lie, we broke up like 5+ times in our whole relationship, and
she had Sykkuno type mods.
99.9% of the times we broke up, she ran to the internet to talk about the breakup, to talk about whatever happened. And it's just so weird, bro. But the moment I do, when you actually do something insane, like cheated on me with your cousin, I'm the bad guy. Like, I'm the bad guy.
Because it was toxic. I also want to make it clear that any cousin or stepbrother or any content like that we made together was his idea and he convinced me to do it.
Say wallahi! Yo, like I said, bro, she did not want the internet to know that she had a boyfriend because it would make her lose followers. She kept on telling me that, and I wish I had screenshots from when, bro. I don't know what's going on my iCloud. I'm trying to get messages from like early 2024 to 23, but I can't, bro. But I promise y'all, she would not want to post me. You could go on her page. She never had videos of me. It was always me, bro. I literally kept on telling her, why don't you post me? Why don't you post me? And she confessed this one time saying, my followers are majority males. They would unfollow me. I would lose all my followers, etc., etc., etc. She's sick in the head, bro.
Next thing I want to address is a very serious topic. It is my belief that suicide in any form should be taken serious and never lightly. While I understand the streaming business and the need to say crazy things in order to get clips and impressions, the thought that somebody's personal struggle with suicide can be used by anybody for jokes and views is disgusting and cruel. While I've been off the net, it was brought to my attention that the streamer Snowcone made up a false rumor that I admitted myself into a suicide facility in order to get attention from my ex. I was involuntarily admitted into a suicide facility because
all right, so first of all, this was like 5 days before I posted my video. And basically what happened was she kept on blowing up my phone, spamming my phone, no caller ID, text messages, calling my friends, and kept on saying, can I get back with you? Can we please work this out? I'm going insane. I'm going to, manipulation words to get me to fucking give her attention, because I was trying my hardest to just move forward in life. I caught her cheating. I'm trying to move forward, but she's blowing up my phone, trying to just get my attention, saying she's gonna do this. Even when she was going to the hospital, she was like, I'm leaving. And then she was calling me in the hospital, bruh. And I talked to her parents. Her parents said that she only had like 3 calls or whatever. She kept on spamming me on the hospital phone, bruh. Like, bro.
I was considered a threat to myself. It was a terrible experience and one I would never wish on myself.
And then the moment she got out, she literally posted it on the internet. That's a personal thing that nobody had to know.
What?
She literally posted it on the internet.
After 5 days of imprisonment, I've finally been released from the facility. They treat you like an animal and take away the freedom to do anything. I'm finally free. Why would she post that?
Personal thing that nobody had to know, but because you want to go ahead and post it on the internet, you want to gain sympathy. It's like you almost knew that I was going to expose you for cheating on me with your cousin. Because why are you going to the internet about you being in a facility? If you're really trying to like fix your head and get yourself right, why are you trying to sympathy farm online by posting yourself in the facility talking about, for the past couple of days, I just came out because I tried to do this and that. Like, bro, that's sympathy farming. That's not something that needs to be on the internet. And I don't know what else to say, bro.
Or anybody else. I want to say to Snowcone that while I understand I'm not perfect and I've done wrong, regardless of the mistakes that a person makes, that doesn't give you or anybody else the right to belittle, lie, and create false allegations about somebody's mental health. Throughout all of this, you've lied and made up rumors about me in order to hate farm me and get attention. Even though you don't care, I want to let you know that the rumors you created have garnered me more death threats and have made my mental battle that much harder. And that hurts from someone I considered a close friend. Me and my ex were involved in a toxic and abusive relationship.
Toxic and abusive. Toxic and abusive. This is what they always fucking do. You see how the shift went from, I'm sorry for sending my cousin nudes. I'm sorry that you had to walk in on me showing my bare ass and my bare ass cheeks to my cousin on FaceTime. To
gross.
Me and my ex had a very toxic relationship, and it was very abusive. But you know what? Let's see what I did. Let's see how abusive I was, right? Okay, let's see.
When I was in love with him, I was blind to the harmful behavior and abuse that was going on. Our relationship was built on unhealthy emotional attachment, and I stayed because it was all that I knew. He was my first boyfriend. He was my first everything.
You stayed because that's all you... Bro, there were so many times where I tried to get away from you. But literally, at TwitchCon, bro, I was in LA with my boys, bro. And you was literally calling me, telling me that you was finna, And then, I get soft around that. I get soft with that shit because, I don't want to be responsible. I care about you. I don't want to see you do that to yourself. But when you're calling me, spamming me, saying you're gonna do that, bro, keep in mind, TwitchCon was in San Diego. I was in LA. She started saying she was gonna do that stuff, saying how sad she was. This was like when we broke up or whatever, back in TwitchCon last year. And then I drove all the way from LA to San Diego because she kept on threatening to do that to herself. And then, bro, it's just a mess, bro. Like, I have tried to leave several times. Yes, this was a toxic relationship, but stop trying to put the blame on me. You did what you did, and now you're trying to change the narrative to make it seem like I was a toxic, abusive boyfriend. Like, how can you do that right now, bro?
And I met him when I was 18, just graduated high school, and he was 21. There's two sides to every story.
I met him when I was 18, just graduated high school, and he was 21. First of all, you was a freshman in college, and I just turned 21, and I was literally a junior in college, okay? Now, I don't even know why that, like you try to make it seem like I was, like, no, I did not mess with you before you were 18. I messed with you after. Once you were in college, bro, like, what's going on right now? Like, you're trying so hard to make me look weird and to shift the focus, but bro, stop it, bro. It's not gonna work, bro.
It's a 3 years
Our relationship become healthy on both ends, and since he decided to bring my wrongdoings onto the internet, I believe it is only fair that I bring attention to the things that he has done to me, because my ex was never a saint like he paints himself out to be. We had a lot of arguments throughout our relationship, which was normal, but what wasn't normal was the verbal, mental, and physical abuse that he subjected me to.
Hey, by the way, y'all notice how she's reading the script, right? Like, can y'all, like, I wish I could just zoom in on her eyes, these soulless, evil eyes, and just see the fucking script on her PC screen, bro. This is sickening, bro. Like, these niggas really emailed her talking about, we gonna save you. All you gotta do is sign your soul away. Her soul is gone, bro. She's reading off a script they orchestrated a whole story to bring me down. It's sick.
He put me through a lot in the past 2.5 years of us being together. He even forced himself on me at one point.
Say wallahi. Yo.
I mean, that accusation is the biggest one and the most serious one she levied against him. So I'm curious to see what he's gonna say about that. The rest, it's kind of just like nothing burger.
Yo, hold on.
My ex dealt with a lot of anger issues, and he would often use me as—
Okay, no. First of all, I've never forced myself on her. I've never forced myself on her. I've never put my hands on her. I've never done any of the sort, my nigga. First of all, this girl was literally like, I don't know what's the word, like over sexual or like overly freaky, but bro, she literally would force me to drink. I've never drank or smoked in my life until I met this girl. I have African parents and I don't fuck with that shit. I remember there was a time, she even forced me to get my matching tattoo. There was a time, I think it was at the tattoo shop or whatever. I was on a double date. It was me, her, and two girls. They were gay or whatever. And bro, she was getting on me because I told her I did not want to smoke and drink, bro. She was literally in the hallway crashing out on me because I did not want to smoke and drink. This girl was a bad influence, always trying to force me to smoke and drink every fucking time she seen me, bro. Because she didn't know how to do anything, process or have fun without that shit, bro. Like, I just don't fuck with that shit. I don't fuck with smoking or drinking, but, you know, I just thought, you know, she's my ex or whatever. At the time, she was my girl, whatever. I was like, you know what, bro? Fuck it, bro. She wants to do it, then fuck it, bro. I'm gonna do it with her. But I never did that shit just to do it, bro. I don't fuck with that shit.
An outlet. For example, he would punch things, he would rip wires in the heat of conflicts. He would yell at me when I cried.
I would punch things, my nigga. I've never punched shit. What are you talking about, bro? And yes, I ain't gonna lie, early back in the day, I did have like slight anger issues or whatever, but I would never touch her. I would never put my hands on her. But yes, this is already on the internet. Like, every single time we break up, she goes to the internet and talked about this shit. Like, she's talked about this already. So why is she bringing this up again to make me look bad? Like, we're not forgetting the fucking bucket list, bro. We're not forgetting how you fucking cheated on me with your cousin. But whatever, keep going.
He gaslit me until I believed I was the problem. There were 2 or 3 times where my ex would approach me unprovoked and put me in a chokehold against the wall. And
put you in a chokehold? Like, you're making me seem like I'm the fucking, like I'm a fucking devil. Put you in a chokehold.
Yeah, she makes it seem like it's like a serious domestic abuse. Like, what is a chokehold? Like somebody like grabbing your throat? Or is it like the wrestler type move where like somebody has like an elbow around your head? You know what I'm trying to describe?
Does that, yo, like anybody that knows me in real life, does that even sound like something I would do? You're telling me I would walk up to you and just fucking put you in a chokehold? What type of shit is that, bro? Like, nigga, I've never heard you say that shit ever. Like, where's the proof, bro? Like how are you?
Yeah, it's like the kind of headlock. How can you put somebody against a wall into a headlock, though? Shouldn't you be behind them to do the chokehold?
How are you saying this with a straight face? This got to be a script.
Scared, and he wouldn't. The next thing I'm about to say are serious allegations that I know men often get falsely accused of.
Falsely accused. So you're about to falsely accuse me like every other girl does to niggas, bro. Let's see what you got to say.
but at the end of the day, all I can do is come on here, tell my truth, tell my story, whether you want to believe it or not. There was a time when me and my ex were drinking, and he forced himself onto me.
Every single time we drank, she forced me to drink. Every single time we drank, she forced me to drink. She would always say, I want to see you blackout drunk. I want to see you drunk. I want you to just get loose and do whatever. But that's not the point, because I've never forced myself onto you. Never. Every single time we did something, we had consent. You know why? You know why? Because you're the overly sexual one. I'm a nonchalant ass nigga. I'd be chilling in my own world. And I think that's what made you mad. I think that's what made you think I don't like you, because I'm not always trying to fuck. I'm not always trying to have sex, because I believe there's more to just sex, bro. You're always, every single day. Like, bro, when we were long distance, we was literally cracking every single day, 2 times a day. In the moment I told her, I don't want to do it, I can't do it, she would gaslight me, say I don't love her. She would start crying. She would just force me, bro. Like, bro. And then when she moved over here, obviously I see her every single day. So it's impossible to do that shit every single day. And I think that's what got in her head. And that's when she started saying stuff like, I thought you didn't like me no more. I thought you never touched me no more. And that's when I guess she cheated on me with her cousin. But I don't know. Like, that's just what she wants you to believe, bro.
Jesus. And it hurt, and I cried, and I begged him to stop, but he never did. At the time,
like, come on, bro. Are you dead ass? You begged me to stop and I never, bro, come on, bro.
He was very rough on me, which resulted in me getting a cut on my insides. Luckily, I was able to take video footage.
Y'all seen how she just looked at the script?
Luckily, I was able to take video footage of the blood on the scene and a graphic photo of the damage that resulted.
Let me see this. Okay, yes. Okay. So, Saturday, July 13th, okay? 2 days before your birthday. There's blood on the floor, right? There's no way out of this one. Tell me why July 18th, the same year, by the way, a couple days after your birthday, there's blood on the sheets and on the pillows. You know why? Because you're a freak and you always wanted me to crack. Always. Even when you was on, you know, your period, that time of the month. You thought if I didn't do it, I would think of you as disgusting. I didn't love you. So you know what? That's when I explored that and we started doing that.
Ew, wait, so she was in her period? What is the timestamp on these messages? He should have shown the timestamp.
I didn't love you. So you know what? That's when I explored that and we started doing that. And
that's so gross. Create somebody on your period. Ew.
Always had consent because that's what you wanted. You liked doing vampire sex. So what's on the floor is not the results of me doing that to you. That's just consent and what we had going on.
Blood moon for both him and Turkey Tom. This is legit reminding me of the Turkey Tom video that traumatized me last. Now I got new traumatizing material. Is that what it's called? Vampire sex? Gross!
I would never force myself onto you. I would never. I always had consent. I had proof from you. You always expressed how you wanted to do it during that time of month, and we did. The proof is in the pudding, bruh. So you're telling me July 13th, you're telling me what, like fucking, cause this is a hotel, by the way. The sheets get changed. Shit gets clean. So you're telling me 13 to 18, 5 days later, I did it again? I did it again to you. I did the same exact thing I did on the 13th, on the 18th again to you. But aside from that, we broke up tons of times and she always ran to the internet. Why, if this really happened, why was this never a talking point in every single time you streamed once we broke up? It was always stuff like, oh, he would yell at me. Oh, something about the airport. He left me at the airport. Why was this never a topic? Why, matter of fact, why was this never brought to the police? Why?
No way that she... Bro, I can't believe somebody would lie about this. Take picture of their period and pretend, yo, I got raped. That is a new level of messed up. Like, it's hard to wrap your head around this. Looking at the camera with a straight face, straight up lying like this, there's just this... no shot.
This only coming to the light now. I bet $100,000 that nobody in the world can say that you told them this. This is false. This is cap. And I know this is what the fucking reputation savers told you to look for. Any proof of fucking violence or SA. Like, you're sick and you're not gonna manipulate these people, bro. You're not gonna do that, bro. Fuck no.
After all this abuse, I formed a trauma bond with my ex, which made it hard for me to leave and left me in a cycle of half-hearted apologies that I continued.
Made it hard for you to leave, bro? What?
She's pulling the Stockholm Syndrome card.
You need to accept. This was a memory of mine that was heavily repressed because I didn't know how to process it at the time, and I was very oblivious to what a healthy relationship was supposed to look like. After 1 year of mental torment and trying to get my ex to change to no avail, I left. Here's proof of my ex admitting to his anger issues and admitting to the abuse that led to the fallout of our relationship.
This was like our first breakup, by the way. We have like 4 more where I broke up with her and whatever.
The letters that he wrote for me where he confessed to his abuse and confessed to the wrongdoing.
By the way, this has nothing to do with you cheating on me with your cousin, by the way. This has to do with me trying to get you back after the first time we broke up because I had anger issues and I agreed that I would yell a lot, but I never put my hands on you. Never did that. Never.
He put me through in our relationship. I also have a screenshot of a 20-minute confession where he confessed to his wrongdoings, and he made it for me in order to convince me to continue being in a relationship with him. I tried to re-access the link in order to showcase the video for you guys today, but it was sent by him and it was privated by him, so I no longer have access to it. My ex often tried to use money as a way to avoid responsibility for his shortcomings. I'm very grateful for everything my ex bought for me. However, I don't
What, nigga? What? You're the last person, bro, hold on.
appreciate insisting that I was freeloading off of him when everything he ever did was his choice, and I don't.
Everything I did was my choice. Everything I did was my choice? Are you fucking dead ass? You know how much money I spent on you and you're saying that was my choice? Bruh, I did everything for you. You got a car that didn't even fucking work. So you know what I did? I helped you take it to the shop and paid for everything. You missed flights that you were supposed to make on time. And because you were straight.
Where can I find a situation about Sicilian Roly Woly? You can rewind the VOD or you can join the Discord.
And then at the airport, you know what you did? You called me so I could pay for those flights. But even if you didn't call me to pay for those flights, you had other people paying for you. Your mod manager, his name is X. I don't know who the fuck he is, but I would go to your Cash App and you had thousands sent to you. And meanwhile, I'm working my ass off.
My mods don't send me flights, tickets, or like money. They don't pay for my trips. They complain instead all the time. Complainers, all of them. They complain they're not getting fed in the basement, Rima's working us too hard to the bone.
You had money on the side coming from this nigga and you just don't even help. You just, I don't know what it went to or what you did with that money, but you just had money coming in from multiple other guys. And I'm guessing that's why you're saying that you didn't even fucking like ask me to help you because you had money from other guys. But the whole time you was asking me, you asked me to buy you food, you asked me to buy you this, take you there, buy you flights, take you to Universal Studios, $2,000 trip, by the way, pay for everything, flights, everything. But okay, all right.
I believe a relationship should just be reduced to illicit expenses either. Monetary value does not disregard toxic behaviors. After all these gestures, I took my ex back in February of 2020.
I don't mind that she's reading off the script, but her script sounds so unnatural. It should have been put into her own words. Like, it just, all of it is so unnatural. The way she's reading it, the words being used, you can tell it's not her language. Like, come on, man.
25. And in March of that year, after leaving him from the airport, I was set into a spiral of losing myself and wanting to seek therapy. Here's the video.
Bro, like, come on. Why are you playing the victim, my nigga? You talked about this on the internet when we broke up like 1 year ago, bro. Like, you're really trying so hard to bring up stuff that doesn't even correlate to you cheating on me with your cousin to make me look bad, bro. I see right through this. The internet sees right through this. Bro, if anything, bro, you emailed fucking Crisis and Reputation Saver, bro. Like, it's done, bro. You're done, bro, but whatever.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Simons. The basement is like comfy. I mean, I don't know. I haven't been there personally, but that's what I heard. Yeah, there's some free moss growing on the walls that provide moisture.
Keep talking.
Like, I just don't know what I'm doing anymore, but I feel
like, bro, this doesn't show nothing, bro. Like, bro, yes, we've broken up many times and you went to the airport, but every single time I would come and bring you back, that's like, we was toxic. Yes, we had a toxic relationship. The internet already knew that. You brought this to the internet many times. There's clips of you talk about me, lying on me already, bro.
I'm sorry, it's just so like non-descriptive, but I just kind of want to put everything out because I'm making great in my life right now, but it's not your problem at all. At all.
I had sent this video to a friend. By the way, she sent this to the guy who sends her every single dollar she had to her name. His name was X. He basically was a sugar daddy.
Yo, what the fuck? Yeah. Gibberry! What the Get Barry with the 50 gifted? Hello? Maybe we should mod him. I'm joking. Thank you so much, Get Barry! Holy shit! Giga Chat! Thank you! Thank you! No, he says! He's like, no in all caps! FB, bro! Thank you so much for the gifted, Giga Chat! Thank you! Thank you, Base! Get Barry! That's what we're gonna call you now. Gip, save us from the basement! Oh, hush. Thank you so much. Man, it sucks that the music isn't playing when, because I get the Giga Chat music, but you guys can't hear it for some reason. I never figured out how to fix it. Thank you so much. That's such a big gift. It did play. Let's go. It worked. I didn't even change anything, and it's working now. Let's go. I love this music. It's so hype. Yay! I'm glad. Okay, cool. Rima, does the basement have a working fire escape? No.
She didn't really talk to me about. She would FaceTime him at times. I really wish I knew what they were FaceTiming about. Maybe it was some cousin shit. I don't know. But yeah, a lot of times she would say this is her friend, but nah, it's her sugar daddy. Because you know why? Because he would often pay for her Ubers, pay for her rebookings if she missed a flight, pay for all of that.
Pay for her rebooks if she missed a flight? Brother. Maybe you guys are right. Maybe some people do have it on easy mode.
At the end of the day, I chose to stay in this relationship and I made my mistakes. I regret everything.
Like, I hate how you're trying to make it seem like you was trapped in here, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like, I fought demons to leave your ass, bruh. I fought fucking demons to leave you, nigga. I was fighting demons, bro. Everybody that knows me knows that you, like, manipulated me and I was fighting demons. I tried leaving several times, bro. Several times, but each time I tried to leave, it was, Kenneth, please. I'm about to manipulation, bro. Like,
I like this expression of fighting demons. New fire escapes an incentive to not set fires. Funnily enough, you guys are talking about fires, but like, I swear to God, 2 days ago, my fire alarm was going off while I was cooking. But I wasn't really burning things. I don't know why it would go off. It was just embarrassing.
it's just like, bruh.
Everything I did, and I wish I could take it all back. I never wanted to hurt anybody, and I understand how badly I messed up. The only thing I can do from now is take the time to better myself and to heal.
Yeah, so after all that, so yeah, basically I cheated on Kenneth with my cousin. But you know what? He did all of this in the past and some things that I just found out because the crisis reputation saver people told me to lie about. But, you know, after all that, I'm sorry again for cheating with my cousin.
The next and final thing I would like to discuss is my mental health. Throughout everything that has happened, I have come to terms with the fact that I suffer with depression.
Depression. Depression. What type of depression makes you send nudes to your cousin? What
Let's ban that guy on Kick.
type of depression makes you lie to me that you're going to stream in Kentucky just to hang out with your cousin? What type of depression does that, bruh? That's not depression. Why do girls always play the I'm depressed? I'm depressed, so I went ahead and spread my legs and took pictures down there to send to my cousin because I'm depressed. In my house, by the way, in the other room, by the way, door is locked. I always wondered why the doors were locked, but you know, it makes sense now. It makes so much sense now.
Everything that has happened, I have come to terms. I chose to stay in this relationship and I made my mistakes. I regret everything I did and I wish I could take it all back. I never wanted to hurt anybody and I understand how badly I messed up.
Not a single tear in those eyes, by the way. And she's reading.
Yeah, I don't know. The crying in her video was super fake. Also, demon yams, stop.
The script.
Stop. The only thing I can do from now is take the time to better myself and to heal. The next and final thing I would like to discuss is my mental health. Throughout everything that has happened, I have come to terms with the fact that I suffer with depression. It's a battle that I've been unknowingly fighting for, understanding myself. They need when they need it, and it can often lead to self-destruction multiple times. And the only reason I'm here right now is because I felt helpless, and every day I would struggle with finding a reason to continue to live. I often felt like the world would be a better place without me. The suicide facility that I was admitted to, fair and inhumane treatment that these people receive.
Like, bro. Like, you really trying to sympathy farm, bro? Bro.
She spent like 10 seconds apologizing, and then the entire 90% of the video is just her like excuses after excuses. She's on Twitter too?
I'm the victim. God, bro, like, nigga, I'm the victim. Even in the height of the situation, I had a calm.
Yeah, he's generalizing a lot. I mean, the internet is doing that too, and her doing that is not gonna help the case of like women that are actually victims of domestic abuse or, you know, other stuff. But it's because of people like her that people don't believe victims now.
Voice catching you cheat on me. I didn't put hands on you catching you cheat on me. I didn't do nothing. I told you to leave my house, and that's what you did. Like, I'm not the bad guy, and you're not gonna sit here and put all these false allegations on me and make me seem like I'm the bad guy, bro. Like, it's fucking sick.
And from my experience there and my own personal journey, I've been very motivated to advocate for better resources and more attention given to these people to assist them in getting the proper help that they need. I understand that my actions have consequences, and I also understand how the internet works. So I knew the hate was inevitable, and I have no problem with facing that. However, I do want to remind you guys.
By the way, the moment I posted that video, you deleted all your accounts. And days before I posted that video, you started sympathy farming on your Instagram story, posting about how you was in the facility and how the facility treated you so wrong. And then you started texting people saying, yeah, life has been tough, but you know, you just never really came to terms with what you did, which was cheat on me with your cousin. And I still think even now you believe you're in the right. I still don't think you like fathom what you did. Like, I think this was just a way to try to fix your PR, but I just think you dug yourself a bigger grave with this one.
I think she did
should have just, I don't know.
That I am still a human being, and I don't think
like the thing is, as soon as she got exposed for cheating with her cousin, it was fucked. Like, no matter what came out of her like surprise bag, it was never gonna absolve her from it. Plus, she never addressed those allegations or explained like why it happened, or I don't know. I don't know if there would have been any explanations. TBH, that would have like, she should have just like disappeared from the internet and like came back like I don't know, in a couple months, Dr. Disrespect style. Stupid fucking mistakes, man. The comments on her video are crazy. I want to look at them. Wait. Okay, let's
anyone
finish
deserves
this
the immense cyberbullying and the non-stop death threats that I've received in the past few days. I do believe that bringing all of this to the internet and the way my ex did was completely wrong. And
every single time we broke up in the past 5+ times, you brought it to the internet. You're the streamer. You literally go on live and tell them everything, every single thing I did, bro. If you're her mod, bro, come on, bro. Don't even fucking lie, bro. She would speak on everything, bring it to the internet every single time. And I kept my mouth shut. Even when she lied to me, even when she lied on my name, I kept my mouth shut because I just didn't want to bring our personal relationship to the internet. This is the one time I snapped, and it's because I found her cheating on me with her cousin in my house, and I have a valid reason to bring that to the internet, and I don't care what nobody says. If you're in my situation, if the roles were reversed and she caught me cheating and I was doing some shit with my cousin, bro, she would have brought this to the internet instantly to shame me. Like, what the fuck, bro?
Invasive. It felt like a breach in our privacy. I know a lot of people don't believe I deserve the platform that I have and don't think I should.
Oh, I see the argument that he's doing here. He says, she's like, why would you bring this to the internet? It's a breach of privacy. And he's like, every time we broke up, you've done the exact same thing. So I know if the roles were reversed, you would do it
back to the
again.
internet at all. I understand. What I did is undoable. It's terrible. And I can't tell you enough how much I regret it. However, I do want to.
You don't bro. You don't regret it, bro. And I don't even think you understand how wrong it is. Because the way you're texting me, the way you're saying, I'm sorry, but you know what? I could get you into Stream University though. I'll buy you your favorite.
I'll pay for everything. I'll take us places, take us to Mexico. I'll get you in Streamer University. I'll get you the Hellcat you wanted. Tell me you're there. Can it tell me this isn't the end of us? Tell me I can fix this and make it
car
better.
And your favorite dog. Like, bro, like this, like you're insane. Like, what did I get myself into, bro? What the fuck did I get myself into, bro? What did I get myself into, bro? Like, why me, bro? I'm just trying to like live my life, move forward in life. Why am I going through this, bro?
Come back. I do want to be able to use my platform to raise awareness for mental health because I know there's a lot of
Nigga, nobody wants to listen to someone who cheated on their boyfriend with their cousin. You're not, bro, what? What are you talking about? Who's gonna want to listen to you? That's incest. That you could go to jail for that.
Out there who are just like me, who are struggling and they don't even know it.
Nobody's struggling with fucking keeping their fucking hands to themselves and fucking not texting their cousin in a sexual way. You're the only one struggling with this. Who the fuck else is struggling with this? This is not depression. This is incest. Stop. Yo, people who are actually depressed, I'm sorry, because she's making fun of your fucking disorder. This is not depression.
And I will be back to doing what I love. Because at the end of the day, I want to use my platform to help people. And I do.
You want to use your platform to help people. Okay, to all of those who have cheated on your boyfriends with your cousin, just know it's okay. It happens. Looking at it, it's like, what, bro? Like, you can't use your platform to help. You cheated on me with your cousin. That's incest. And I just wish we live in a day and age where you fucking, like, bro, like, I have videos of your cousin's meat. I have videos of this down there in your ass. They were in your hidden. They were in your Snapchat camera roll with your cousin. Y'all exchanged nudes tons of times. Y'all, you're not telling me shit, but y'all was in the same hotel room. He was dancing.
Can confirm I'm depressed, haven't slept with my cousins. Holy shit, man. That's crazy, chat. I don't. That is crazy gaslighting from her, man.
Y'all, he was grabbing on you. Come on now. You're not gonna lie to me.
I believe after I get stronger and I get help, I can do that. To my community and to all my supporters, I'm so sorry I let you guys down. I'm so sorry I disappointed you guys. And if you are still here to support me, thank you. If not, that's okay too. Thank you for your time and thank you for listening.
Like, bro, like, yo, hey, shout out to the fucking PR reputation recovery people. Y'all surprised me with this one. I ain't know it was gonna be that good, bro. Not one single tear dropped in this video. That would have made it a little bit more believable. But hey, man, I'm not gonna lie. This girl is insane. She really fucking tried it, but everything she said was a lie. She brought up old, irrelevant information that has nothing to do with the fact that she cheated on me with her cousin. I never forced myself onto her. I never put my hands on her. I never forced myself onto her. Everything was consensual. Every fucking thing, and that's on everything. That's on God, that's on everything. I will be taking this girl to court because this, like, you're not finna fucking, like that's defamation of character right there. That is sick. I didn't lie. I didn't say a single lie about what you did. I provided millions of evidence. I caught you. So why are you trying to make me look bad? You're the fucking cheater. You cheated on me with your cousin. I'm not gonna lie, bro. When I first seen this video drop, bro, my heart fucking dropped, bro. It took me so long to be able to record this, but bro, I'm not gonna sit here and let her try to tarnish my image, bro. Like I said, you need help. You can't just try to come out to the internet and tarnish my name. It's not gonna work because I will always have a counter. So don't try that shit. Just own up to what you did and move forward, okay? Stop trying to play victim.
She should have just said, like, I was in a really dark place. There's no excuse for what I did. There never will be. I'm gonna spend the rest of my life repenting for this. Like, you know, play the really...
I'm the victim of the situation. I got cheated on. And this is what happens with a lot of males in this...
Because her whole video just came off as super inauthentic and shifting the blame. People can pick up on that, and we're not stupid.
Generation. The girls always try to manipulate the fucking internet, manipulate the world, have a sad face, and play victim. And play the SA card and make false allegations. But no, bruh. That shit is fucking dead, bro. I'm not gonna sit here and allow that to happen no more, bruh. People who make false allegations need to get arrested, bro. So like I said, I will be taking this to court. And if she ends up making more shit...
He is taking this to court. People putting the you need to prove financial damage. No, actually, for defamation, if it's just like reputational damage, reputational harm, you have to showcase that you did suffer from financial damage, like, I don't know, maybe a sponsor dropped you and all of that. But she accused him of a crime, so he could sue for defamation on this solely on that basis that he raped her. Being accused of being a criminal is ground for defamation, like, alone.
I will respond if I have to, but like I said, she's fucking lying about everything. And she's sick in the head. Thank you to everyone who's been reaching out and supporting me so far, bro. I really appreciate your support. But I'm sick, bro. I'm fucking sick to my stomach.
Is it worth taking this to court, though? I don't think many people believed her. That's the other question. I want to look at the comments on her video. Y'all dating? Now we cousins. I did not have sex and intercourse with anyone outside of my relationship. Son, who you fooling? Shawty done lost her damn mind. Trying to make Kenneth sound like a bad guy. Let's not forget the bucket list. I got caught. Let's make this about my ex. Correct my mistakes. You cracked your cousin and got caught by a litter box. Cousin the back holding a 100-page doc. She's putting ChatGPT to work. I'm sorry to my ex and then accuse him of the most horrible stuff. True. Family functions are gonna be hell. The top 10 comment section of 2026. Son, we saw you like in the script. Why is she popping off with the essay allegations? Card decline, Broski. Oh, that's a victim card decline. This story's so insane, man. My boyfriend is abusive. What should I do? Angel on her shoulder. Gather evidence. Seek help. Find a way out of the situation. Devil on her shoulder. Fuck your cousin. Ah. Oh, God. Depression? You cracked your cousin? How's that depression? What hole are we talking about? Does this look like a Hololive to you? It's some flesh tuber drama, man. It's crazy. I'm not repeating all of that. It was too much. It was pretty long. That was insane. What an insane story. Oh my god. Holy moly. She can't be invited to the family cookouts now. Stop. Oh my god. Oh, there is another topic popping off on X right now. The bad collab experience. Look how much. We actually got 2.8 million views. I gotta go to the bathroom though. Be right back. No, don't free the mods. They're chained. What? CoffeeZilla just released a Lego video? Wait, or we could watch the CoffeeZilla video on the Lego stuff. And then keep the VTuber stuff for tomorrow? What do you guys think? I want to learn more about that Lego thing. He said he wouldn't. I thought he wasn't going to release the video for a while because of he was clearing legal matters.
a 200.
Did you wash your hand, Miss Molenstar? I choose not to comment.
$100,000 Lego collection went missing, causing a lot of you to ask me to find it. And after seeing the cops point guns at YouTubers, people get arrested and sued for $1.3 million, I decided enough was enough. This looks like a case for the internet detective, this time in the $10 million Lego studio. So I talked to every suspect involved. What I found shocked me.
Thank you, No Bomb.
Okay, before we can find these missing Legos, let's give some background. A massive Star Wars collection was put on consignment at a Lego store called Bricks and Minifigs in Salem, Oregon. Consignment just—
All right, he's gonna give us a backstory. Which is about what people are the actors. In this story, well, the three main entities involved are like a family that own the Legos. There's that brick and whatever store. And thirdly, there's this YouTuber called Reckless Ben. And I guess, fourthly, you could say the police are involved too. And it seems like there's some kind of large corruption at play here.
Which means the owner, Brian Mansell, gave it to a store to sell, and he was supposed to get a cut when it sold. The entire time, he maintained ownership of the collection, and a social media post estimated it to be worth about $200,000. But then, on November 14th, 2024, everything went wrong. This was the night that Crystal and Ben Gorman, the prior franchise owners of the Salem store, got kicked out by this guy. That is Brandon Best. He and his partner, Josh Johnson, ran a sister store in Eugene, Oregon. And Brandon drove up that night to kick the Gormans out. Brandon and Josh would be taking over the franchise in Salem. And this is the exact moment the Legos go missing. As that store is getting handed over, the question is Brian's collection in it? Here's what the official Bricks and Minifigs press release.
Like, basically, there's this family that lent their $200,000 Lego collection to a store so they would sell it, taking a commission fee. The commission fee was for 35%, I believe, which is fairly high. Now, at one point, this franchise changes owner, and it changes hand to the new owners. Now that once it goes into the new owners, the family is like, could we have our Legos back? Or did you sell anything because we haven't gotten paid for it? And yeah, it's a franchise, and I think franchise is like you buy the brand, but it's like independently managed. I'm not too sure. It isn't franchise like the same way that Subway operates. You buy the Subway brand, the menu and everything, but you're in charge of your own Subway. So, anyways, now after that, the new store owners, they're like, we don't have your Legos, and they gave them like a small number back, maybe $5,000, but not the entire $200K.
Reads, quote, after taking over the store, we discovered a small number of sets valued between $2,000 to $5,000 that could be possibly related to Mr. Mansell's collection. But there's a problem here. There should be over 10 times that amount in this store, given their internal records and what we know the estimated value of this collection was. So if corporate's saying there was only $2,000 to $5,000 in the store, something happened to these Legos. But what? In order to solve this case, let's think about the suspects. First, who was there that night of the handover? It's only 3 people. Crystal and Ben Gorman, the former franchise owners, and Brandon Best, one of the new owners. These are our 3 biggest suspects, but they aren't the only ones. I want to address a few other suspects at the very start here. First of all, maybe this is just all the result of, plain old thieves breaking in. What about that possibility?
Hi, I am Chris. I was the previous franchise owner who signed the collection agreement with Brian Mansell.
And I'm Benjamin Gorman. I am the silent partner who's really bad at being silent.
We did have a couple of break-ins at the store. None of Brian's collections were in the police report or stolen during those.
Okay, so the Gormans say emphatically it wasn't thieves, but if that's the case, what about the guy who was arrested? I mentioned at the beginning of this video, Reckless Ben. This is the YouTuber who started it all. With a documentary, I tracked down the thief who stole $200,000 of Lego. Maybe it's the perfect crime.
This is the video that propels this to like a public platform. So Reckless Ben made a video on it. The son of like the family member who the son of the family who lent this Lego collection called him asking for his help because he didn't know what to do with the situation. And once Reckless Ben tried to investigate it, like the new store owners were claiming that he did bomb threats, that he had drugs on him. Like they were doing all kinds of claims to get him arrested.
Make a video tracking yourself. Now, for our theory, it's worth noting Ben is currently facing a RICO lawsuit by Bricks and Minifigs.
Yeah.
He was even targeted with a search warrant for stolen Legos.
Included in the warrant are Legos.
The owner reported overhearing conversations about possible stolen Legos.
And on top of that, Reckless Ben was even accused of stealing the Legos by the current franchise owner.
I stole the Legos?
What do you think of the theory that it was Reckless Ben? He stole the Legos.
It's absurd. We didn't even know Reckless Ben. He had no interaction, no relation to us, no relation to the store. That doesn't hold any water.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest.
Dude, it's cool that CoffeeZilla got the past owner in an interview. So yeah, I don't know if CoffeeZilla will address this, but like recently, the Bricks and Minifigs, they parted way with Salem, Oregon franchise owner Brandon Best and Joshua Johnson. They're like, we don't want to have anything to do with that store. But also, they said that we're not going to be suing the family because at first that was a thing, but they're keeping their lawsuit towards Reckless Ben. And then, yesterday, Reckless Ben had another video in store with a lot of new allegations that were supposed to be surfaced. But he's made like this clip where he's saying that basically he won't be allowed to speak about it publicly because of the lawsuit.
Finally finished after crazy all-nighters and basically destroying my health. But I can't post it or I will go to jail. And not only that, I will also immediately lose my lawsuit of $300,000, and the GoFundMe we made for Brian will go straight to this mystery company that I am.
Yeah, because he started a GoFundMe for the family to cover for the missing Legos, and they raised, I think, like $300,000, which is insane. So the problem is he can't release a video or he's gonna risk screwing over like the victims as well.
No longer allowed to talk about. They sent court papers to my email, which I guess a judge approved for them that this was a valid form of service. And so now that I'm officially served, I cannot even mention this company or I will be in jail and everything. Normally I would be like, screw the big guy telling me what to do. I'm going to do what's morally right. But in this situation, if I do that, then all my friends get screwed with this lawsuit and we lose all the GoFundMe money we raised, like immediately. So I am no longer allowed to even mention this mystery company. My personal opinion is that this is unfair because this order was put on me because this company was telling the court that I was making bomb threats. I was planning on murdering the manager and employees, which obviously I didn't do, and you can see that in the footage. The only problem is I was not given a chance to share my side. The court just heard their perspective, not mine. So because I wasn't able to share my side, I am now no longer allowed to talk about them, and it looks like this might be it. So, yeah.
Yeah, that sucks because if you talk about it during the lawsuit, you're basically screwing yourself. Like, no lawyer will ever advise that. They muzzled him.
Apologies to the genius cops in Utah who play different.
We play differently here.
But I don't believe that Reckless Ben stole the Lego, mostly because he couldn't. He just wasn't there that night, and I don't even think he knew about these Legos. But who does Ben suspect is holding the Legos since he did this whole documentary series?
The guy who runs the entire company, Ammon McNeff, he personally came out to talk to us.
So what's going on?
So you guys are holding some of our Legos?
No, we're not.
You're not?
No.
Is that a lie?
No.
That's a lie. You did take the Legos.
No. So we have our attorneys have visited, but like again. So who's
Brian Mansell.
Okay, and who is that?
He's a guy who had he had like $200,000 worth of Legos in your guys' store.
Nope. Never happened.
My name is Ammon McNeff. I am the CEO of the Bricks and Minifigs brand.
So my name's Matt McNeff. I'm the COO of Bricks and Minifigs.
The people you just saw are the McNeff brothers. They agreed to speak with me to try to clear their name. I asked them, do they have the Legos?
What I can tell you is that we don't have it. We've never had access to them.
It seems to kind of go missing. Parts of it seem to go missing on November 14th.
Well, and I guess no, not at all. I'm going to say, like that is not accurate at all. Because
so you think that the collection was in the store at the time or elsewhere?
Elsewhere. When you look at Mansell's own words that he reiterated to a podcast last year, he explicitly stated to another podcaster, the sets were moved off-site for security.
The collection will not be stored on-site after hours for security reasons, and after Sunday, the sets will be available for purchase but stored elsewhere.
Now, one thing that's been a big subject of the Bricks and Minifigs kind of story is, hey, there are these off-site locations. Can you address what that is? Is that true?
So the off-site location in the letter that that corporate is referring to is the original press release that we released when we were launching the collection. In that press release, because we had previous break-ins, I specifically included the location that after this weekend, those Legos would be stored off-site to deter any future thefts. They were briefly stored off-site after that launch weekend while I bought safes for the back room, and then they were moved back into the store.
Okay, so for most of the time, the sets were in the store after y'all got the safes in.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ammon McNeff suspects that a lot of the Legos weren't there that night. And then on the other hand, we just heard from Crystal and Ben Gorman explaining the off-site story, saying that later...
Notice how the CEO guy doesn't even understand the question or waits for the question to finish. He's just like, no, he just denies it right away.
They no longer use those off-site locations. But what do we really know about the Gormans? They are the former franchise owners after all. I mean, shouldn't we be suspicious of everyone? They're one of our key suspects. They were there the night we lost Brian's collection. They were the creators of the consignment deal after all. And one group in particular is pointing their finger at them very hard. It's the McNeffs who say they were behind on payments.
We started getting calls from the landlord letting us know that Crystal was behind on the lease payments at the location. We had also gotten a couple of notices from some of our vendor partners that bills had not been paid by the store. And so we felt pretty strongly that there was going to be a risk of her just, attempting to file bankruptcy, doing some of these other types of things, which we've had franchisees do in the past, and that's problematic. So that's why we sent him up there to take some video footage. So we needed to just be prepared if we needed to do a hostile takeover, which, can happen in franchising where a franchise owner just, kind of tries to steal inventory and do some different things that way.
Okay, so Bricks and Minifigs' story is that they were worried about the Gormans skipping town, so they sent Brandon Best as a secret shopper on October 24th, 2024. Oh. This is weeks before the takeover. Brandon takes a video of the store condition in preparation for this handover, but at this point, Brandon does not announce himself to Crystal Gorman. Later, though, on November 14th, once again, the same concern about the Gormans stealing or theft was expressed by the McNeffs.
Brandon was trying to make sure that they weren't taking things from the store, and so he was kind of trying to make sure that he wasn't putting things, hiding things in the back, and that and while he was watching that, was trying to make sure Ben wasn't grabbing stuff from the store and moving it or doing anything along those lines, because he just got a weird feeling about the whole transition.
She took at least one, if not more than one, cartfuls of things out to her car with her coat draped over it.
So yeah, the McNeffs say, look, they don't trust the Gormans. And they explained it, even further. They said, hey, there's some issues in her past.
She apparently has a retail theft and other criminal arrests on her record that we were not aware of.
When was that?
I don't know. This has been brought out by several people online now.
Now look, that's a huge accusation to bring up, and so obviously I wanted to talk to the Gormans about it.
They're like, she has a history of some type of burglary, theft.
Oh my God. Wow.
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, yes.
Well,
you
explain.
know about this.
Explain.
Yeah, when I was 19 years old.
How long ago is that?
I am 45 now. So this was in 1999. This, something that happened 25 years ago, has no reflection and no bearing on what happened in the last 2 years, my management of the store, what happened the night corporate seized the store. It is another deflection. And it infuriates me. You're gonna try to publicly embarrass and shame me for somebody that was manipulated by local police departments when she was pregnant and 19 years old? F you. That's my response to that. I am so sorry. You're gonna have to blur and cut a lot of this, but that pisses me off. I own what I have done. I own the mistakes that I have made. You cannot
they have so many dogs. They have 3 dogs.
Intimidate and bully me into backing down when I know that legally and morally I am in the right and I have the evidence to back it up.
Wow, this is getting kind of nasty and personal at this point, and I just wanted to give people kind of their side. But at every turn, I hope you understand, I'm getting contradictory stories, down to if the McNeffs knew about her history in the first place.
Like, they're bringing up something that I told them about.
Wait, you told them?
Told them. They asked me.
They said they had no idea. They said if we knew, we would have never hired her.
Because we would not have hired her had we known this.
I told them I had a record from when I was 18. There was a family issue and didn't go into all of the details, but they were like, that's so long ago, we're gonna hire you based on who you are now.
Okay, I'm just gonna leave it there. You guys can make up your own mind. My point is, one side says up, the other says down, and it gets to the point both sides start hinting that they have photographic proof from the night of November 14th that proves the other side is lying. And so I'm like, look, at this point, let's stop talking. Show me the Legos.
Where I was told we are 100% have possession of photos that prove that the Gormans are lying. And then you guys are telling me we 100% have possession of photos that prove this side's lying. Who's gonna drop the photos first? I mean, I feel like someone just has to, somebody's right here.
And after a lot of convincing, both sides agreed to show me the photos, corporate and the Gormans. In fact, I scheduled the calls to do this an hour apart from each other. But let's remember their positions for a second. The Gormans say whatever was left unsold of Brian's collection that was in that store spreadsheet was in Salem store the night of November 14th. Okay. Then you have corporate side. They say whatever was left that night was maybe $2,000 to $5,000 of Legos. The rest was either stolen by thieves, the Gormans, or held off site. It was not in that store. And on both sides, there's a lot to lose here, right? You've got the Gormans, who basically have been insinuated to have been stealing. And for Josh and Brandon too, the new franchise owners, there's a lot on the line. I reached out to Josh and he told me, I think her pictures would only show a few sets and minifigs. I replied, so if I can prove that the Lego sets were in the store, that will prove Brandon was lying. Josh replies, if it shows something different, then yes, I will eat my words. So the stakes have been established. And let's see the evidence, starting with Matt McNeff. First, he showed me the video, October 24, 2024, for a baseline of how the store looked.
So this is the Salem Kaiser location, is that correct?
It's the Salem Kaiser location, yes.
So is it fair to say I'm seeing quite a few Legos here? I mean, I'm seeing a store of Legos. You'd agree?
There's a good amount of Lego on hand. This isn't what I would say is a well-stocked bricks and minifigs, but it's not terrible. It's I would say a little below average as far as overall stock. So now let's go to November 14th. Can you still see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, November 14th, when Brandon was in there helping.
Wait, this is the day. This is like the big day.
This is the day.
Hold on, I gotta prep myself emotionally for this.
Okay.
This is a big deal. This is D-Day. This is the big moment. This is Brandon takes over the store. We don't know where the Legos are after this moment.
We don't know where the Legos are after this moment. And I want to point out again that we've had this for a while. We haven't this is the first time we've shown this publicly. We've been waiting for our attorneys to give us the approval to say, hey, this is okay now to share in this capacity. So we'll go through these pictures. This is what Josh saw, or not Josh, sorry, Brandon saw. He took pictures of everything in the store, all the inventory in the store. This is what the shelves looked like compared to what you just saw a moment ago.
Okay, so I'm seeing a lot less. Just to state the obvious, go back a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm seeing like way less.
So yeah, the pictures I was being shown on November 14th, those shelves looked emptier than they did on the day of October 24th. Yeah. But to be fair to the Gormans, they addressed the empty shelves themselves.
As we get to the very end of this video in particular, right here, you'll see that empty space right here. So this is the retired and certified set section that we have to keep separate from the new in box current sets being sold by Lego. All those empty spaces up there were the sets that we had on display during the day from Brian's collection that every night when the store closed, we pulled off and put back into the safe and then put back out in the morning.
So when they say, see, there's empty space on the shelves, yeah, because we put them in safes at night to keep them safe.
Because we have giant windows.
Yeah, it's an explanation that kind of makes sense given the history of burglary. Now, of course, this is something I had to ask the McNeffs about.
Is this a case of, did y'all see Star Wars sets in the back? Did y'all not see the Star Wars sets in the back? Did he take, not in the back, but specifically in a safe? Like there were a bunch of Star Wars sets in a safe. Did Brandon see those? Has there been talk of those? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. My understanding is that he took pictures of everything, and all those photos I showed you of the Star Wars were all the photos, or was literally all the Star Wars inventory in the store.
Yeah, the McNeffs say all of the photos should be with Brandon of all the Star Wars items. And to be fair to them, they showed me a lot more pictures and even showed me a spreadsheet of all the Star Wars sets in the store the night Brandon took it over. And it valued to about like $5,000 to $10,000 or so. But then I had to ask.
And that's not 200K.
So here's another kind of set.
Okay.
Do you think y'all have all of these?
Very likely.
Okay.
Again, I'd be surprised if we didn't.
But then I couldn't help myself. I started to bring up some of Crystal's photos to see if they matched up.
Have you seen this before?
Not that I recall.
So, do you see that? So do you see it's in like some kind of like a safe thing? I don't know if you can see the sides there.
Looks like a bookshelf to me, but sure.
Okay, sure, yeah. So I think the important thing is making sure that all of these are in the inventory for Mansell.
Sure. Sure, that's cool.
75041.
Yep.
That's smart.
Vulture Droid.
75169.
169 I'm not seeing, so there may be, okay. So there's one that is not on our list.
Let's try this.
Dude, they are screwing themselves talking to CoffeeZilla. He's way too smart.
40?
Okay, nope, not seeing that one either.
What about 9493?
3. I don't see that one either. So maybe those were locked at the time and Brandon did not get those pictures.
All right, that's kind of a problem because the Gormans had over 200 photos of this store. I definitely knew looking at these photos, there's a lot more Legos in the Gormans photos, by quite a lot that Brandon's photos just didn't show. But corporate didn't really see it that way.
But still, in the grand scheme of things, we're not talking, again, 10 times the amount of sets here.
I don't know. I haven't shown all the photos yet. I don't know exactly how much.
If there's a calculable figure that we can look at and say, great, this is what was there, I promise you it's not $100,000 worth of Lego. And so where's the rest of it? He got me. I don't know.
Maybe I'm a little too in my head about this U-Haul story. You don't think it could have been some U-Haul thing? There's no way.
Oh, yeah, have we talked about the U-Haul yet? We gotta talk about the U-Haul for a second. This is another one of those things that was like really disputed between the two parties, was this U-Haul that supposedly was driven up to the store the night of the takeover.
So when Brandon came to the store that night, he was driving a U-Haul truck.
Now, in typical fashion, this was immediately disputed.
Brandon showed up to the Salem store in a rental car. When he came to get the
Find the light footages. We need street cams.
keys from Crystal. He was there in a rental car, not in a U-Haul.
It wasn't until after he told me he was taking the keys and locking me out that I really kind of paid attention to the fact that he had a large, not the small, the large U-Haul truck.
So yeah, I just kept hearing about this U-Haul truck. Now, why is it significant, U-Haul or not? Well, one, a U-Haul truck can fit a lot of Legos, but the big reason it mattered to me was because I was actually called by an ex-employee of the Bricks and Minifix store in Eugene, Oregon. Remember, that's the one that Brandon and Josh owned. And he told me something very interesting.
I'm a former employee, started in 2024, and I was working under the old manager, Brian, and he sold the store to Brandon, Best, and Josh.
What store was this? Bricks and Minifigs where? Okay, now what did you see that made you want to talk to me?
I saw Reckless Ben's YouTube video about the Salem store closing down because when I was talking to my co-workers about the situation about Salem, and we were told through other employees that it was just a bad area to work in. It was like haunted, if you will, what was going around. But after seeing the video of Reckless Ben, we exposed them, and it makes a lot more sense with what we dealt with Brandon and Josh. Like, Crystal stole Lego sets and bolted out of the country.
Who says that?
Brandon Best told us. When he was dropping off all the Lego sets to us that night.
I like the music change. When the guy on the phone said that line, that is good editing. Really making us feel it. So it seems like that Brandon person has some kind of pattern of blaming others for missing Legos.
Bunch of used Lego sets. That set were like saran wrap. They had Star Wars CD. They just a lot of stuff. It was like a medium-sized U-Haul truck.
Wait, they brought a U-Haul truck.
Yeah, from Salem to Eugene.
And to Eugene, and it had a bunch of Star Wars sets on it?
Yeah, Star Wars sets, like everything. A bunch of used stuff too.
Oh.
Wait, when and was this when they took over the store from Crystal?
I believe so, yes. Yes, because he said that Crystal stole Legos and left the country.
While he has a U-Haul of Legos?
Yeah.
Interesting.
That doesn't make sense. So did CoffeeZilla just track down where the sets have been?
Weird.
So then he said, we're just going to hold on to this stuff until corporate tells us where we have to distribute it. And we're like, well, it'd make more sense if we could take it because we're kind of struggling with, the product we put on the shelves.
Oh my gosh. We really got to find out. Was there a U-Haul that night or not? Because everybody's disagreeing about it. This Eugene, Oregon guy says, oh yeah, a U-Haul showed up with Star Wars sets in it. Brandon was talking about the Salem store. You've got Matt McNeff saying there was no U-Haul there. It was a rental car. You've got Crystal saying, yeah, I thought it was really weird. There was a U-Haul truck there. So I told the McNeffs, I really got to find out what the...
Yeah, but two people are saying there's a U-Haul truck that didn't even speak to each other. I suppose CoffeeZilla confirmed that this guy was actually an employee. That would be step one when taking testimonies like that.
Truth is here.
If you know anything about it, let me know, because that's just something I heard.
I do, and it has nothing to do with the Salem store. Well, at least not the Salem store in the way that it is there. Brandon showed up to the Salem store in a rental car. When he came to get the keys from Crystal, he was there in a rental car, not in a U-Haul.
So when there was the handoff, there wasn't a U-Haul, it was a rental car.
Correct. He was there in a rental car.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think any of the Like if you were to look at the footage, the ring cameras, all that stuff, you won't see a U-Haul sitting anywhere in the parking lot.
So after hearing all of this, I realized, look, I just got to find the evidence. So I start sifting through these photos I have, right? I realize I have a parking lot photo. I check it. No U-Haul, just a red truck out there. I check another photo where you could see the window, but the problem is it's night outside, so you can't see. And so I'm looking at everything I can, and there's just nothing, you know? I have this alternate angle. I'm looking at that, and then...
Oh my God.
Zoom in on that photo. Bring up the brightness of this photo a little bit, and...
Stop! He was like, enhance. No fucking way! There it is. They found the U-Haul. Caught red-handed.
My gosh. There's a U-Haul in the parking lot right outside of the store the night of November 14th, 2024. This is something that Matt said he had seen footage of, and it couldn't be true.
And again, I believe I have seen footage from that night that shows clearly out into the parking lot, and there's no U-Haul.
After seeing this, I said, I really have to make a call. And that's when the story changed. So last night, I talked with Matt McNeff. I brought up this question of the U-Haul. He told me emphatically there was no U-Haul. Y'all came to me this morning. You said, hey, we looked into it. There actually was a U-Haul there that night. Can you clear up what that's about?
So there's actually two different things that are going on here, just to help you understand. And I don't know if you want this particularly not on the record, but we do know of a disgruntled former employee that worked at another location that back on the 24th of October, there was a U-Haul that went to a storage unit in Salem for another previous franchisee, like for a different situation that we had just gone through some things, and he had a previously, like, hey, I have some inventory that I didn't turn over that I was supposed to. It's at this storage location.
I can't trust anybody because he's rocking that mustache.
You guys can come pick it up.
Yeah, he even has the evil mustache.
And so Brandon was sent on that day to pick up with a U-Haul inventory that then he moved down, but that was October 24th.
So when we're talking about this ex-employee, you're saying they are conflating the October 24th event of the U-Haul coming up to Eugene with Legos with some time after November 14th, after the store takeover. Is that correct? Am I understanding that?
Yes.
So this is now kind of a strange story. Corporate is saying there was a U-Haul at the Eugene store dropping off Lego, but that was from a different night, different collection. The CEO says Brandon showed up to Salem on October 24th for his secret shopper job with Crystal. And separately, he also was getting a different collection of Legos that also included Star Wars. And that's what he brought to the Eugene store, and the former employee is remembering. Then, weeks later, on November 14th, Brandon supposedly shows up again with a U-Haul, but the reason isn't for hauling Legos.
Brandon flew in to Eugene that night, at midnight. So flew from Utah on the 13th, but landed in Oregon on midnight of the 14th. Went and got a rental truck, and then went and stayed at a trailer that had previously been moved up there in anticipation, meaning like a camper trailer, in anticipation of the potential hostile takeover previously.
Is that why he had a U-Haul? Is that the reason he had a U-Haul, was for this camper, or what's going on with the?
Yes. So then what happens is he takes his rental vehicle truck, and he tries to connect the trailer, the camping trailer, to that truck, and it's not rated for that particular weight, and he realized, oh crap. He called around and found that U-Haul had a rating for one of their box trucks, and so he grabbed that, went and got it at 10 a.m. on the 14th, and so he then went and hooked that.
Why is there so much Lego drama with their franchisees and disgruntled employee? Like, what the fuck is this business? I don't believe that. Wait, CoffeeZilla dropped a video on this? Oh my god, his video is insane so far. Like, he's such a good investigator. He spoke to both the the CEO, like the corpo, and the old owners, and he's comparing evidence, and he found so much stuff, and they lied about a U-Haul. It's crazy so far. Oh my god.
Trailer up to the camping trailer to a U-Haul, drove that trailer down to another location where he could set up the camping trailer in Salem, dropped off the camper trailer, and then he arrived in a U-Haul to the Salem store, and then went in, said hi to Crystal, and then as she was leaving, the door shuts, and so he locks it, calls the locksmith, takes him a while to finish up the changing of the locks. Brandon at this point is pretty exhausted, so and he has an hour drive back to Eugene to drop off the rental truck. So he drops it off at,
like, this Brandon guy is like some undercover spy, but he's also their muscle guy, but he's also going on a camp. Like, why does and he's a secret shopper. I don't know why this Brandon guy sounds less like a secret shopper and more like their guy that's gonna go rough up like who they consider are ruffians.
Midnight or 1 o'clock, something like that, grabs the rental truck and then heads back up to the camper trailer in Salem, and then is probably gets in at around 2 or 3 in the morning, spends a couple of that's a little bit of sleep before he has to head back to the store at 9 a.m. before the other employees get there. The timeline that is trying to be portrayed just makes absolutely zero sense.
Okay, so I asked.
I mean, that is true based on your timeline that you just portrayed. How they switched their story. It went from we have no U-Haul. They were saying he showed up in a rental car. Now it's like they showed up to a U-Haul on another date, on the date that they're referring to of the store takeover. Yes, he ended up showing up in a U-Haul, but that's because he rented the wrong car for his camper. Who the fuck moves a camper with a U-Haul?
Obviously, for documentation of all of this from Brandon. And here's what I got. First, the U-Haul contract on November 14th. This checks out what we already know. Then I got sent a photo, the last one Brandon took in the Salem store, dated 9:44 p.m., where you can see what looks like the inside of a bird cage that the Gormans had. And lastly, I was sent a photo Brandon took of the mileage in the U-Haul as he dropped it back off at the rental place on November 15th, 12:41 a.m. Now, the time gap there is about 3 hours between the last photo in Salem to dropping the U-Haul off, which is a bit of a problem for our timeline.
Yeah, it took like 4 hours. I mean, I worked till like 11 o'clock, and I'm like, I gotta get up early for, my other job.
You moved 4 hours of Legos out of this truck.
Yeah.
All right, so as weird as this U-Haul thing is, the timeline just doesn't fit, to be honest. If it took 4 hours to unload, you can't also drive to another city, load and unload and drop off the U-Haul in that time. But still, even if this is true, it's pretty weird. And it's one of the most bizarre stories I've ever heard, to have a U-Haul thing back to back. One of the times you're picking up Legos, the other time you're not, you're taking a camper. Nevertheless, without more proof, we kind of have to move on to another theory of how to find these missing Lego. This time, let's take the photographs that we have and reconstruct what was in the night on November 14th. Remember, that's the moment we lost the Lego. And this time, we're going to combine it with 2 more things. First, from corporate, I got the point of sale records from the Salem store from 2023 to 2024. And secondly, from Crystal Gorman, I got her internal records of Brian's inventory of what was sold or not in order to pay him and keep track of prices. Now, before we piece things together, I need to address something. At the beginning of this story, you saw the social post saying this collection was worth $200,000. That's what everyone knows this story as, the $200,000 Lego collection. But sadly, that post was entirely wrong. In Crystal Gorman's inventory, which has a high and low estimate value of these various Lego items, the real estimated value is about $107,000. They give high estimates and low estimates, but that's right there in the middle. And for high estimates and low using averages and estimates here, but understand that, these numbers are not firm, given that they're unsold Legos. It's just rough possibilities. But the point is, it's worth nowhere near $200,000. And Reckless Ben, the one who made the original video covering this, said that surprised him.
Yeah, this entire time, literally every single person's been telling me there were $200,000. Like, that's how much, you could sell all these sets for.
My original assessment of about $200,000 was going up to his father's house and looking in 3 different rooms with all the sets. It was before I'd actually gone through and had set numbers and done an actual like evaluation. I looked at it and went based on as things progressed and as I started to delve more into the actual inventory and evaluating it, that number changed. But we put out the press release well in advance of the event itself, so that press release went out before I had those full numbers. So we went, this is a nice even number that will grab attention and bring people into the store, so we went with that.
And yeah, still, I mean, to believe that is accurate at the high end. Like, it was one of those things where when she was looking through and going, well, it says this and it says this, like, you don't think even at the high end?
You haven't actually seen the spreadsheet.
No, I haven't.
You might want to cut that part out because he hasn't actually seen the inventory sheet.
The spreadsheet says about from between 85,000 to 120 something thousand. In the midpoint about 107 or something.
I mean, it's still a lot of money.
Like that. Of what was inventory. Does that sound right to you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this has been a really big point of misinformation to clear up, because if we're ever going to find the missing Lego, we need to start with the right number, the right value. It's about $107,000. Now, between 2023 and 2024, the Gormans record sales of about $24,000 of Brian's collection in their inventory tracking list. And of those sales, Brian was entitled to about 65 to 70% of it. He was paid $17,000, which roughly tracks with that. Which means on November 14th, the big night, the remaining amount of Brian's collection that should have been in there is about $82,000. Now, it doesn't take a genius to realize this is a very different number than corporate provided, who found only $2,000 to $5,000 of it linked to Brian. And later they said they only found $13,000 to $15,000 in total Lego Star Wars.
So you're talking maybe $11,000 to $15,000 total Star Wars, and that's all Star Wars inventory in the whole store.
So that's corporate side of the story, but I didn't want to take their word for it. So I went through Crystal's photos myself, which she shared with me, and hired people to go through and hand tag the Star Wars Legos that were in these photos. We looked through over 200 plus photos, multiple videos, and matched what we saw with Brian's collection. In the end, I ended up with about $21,000 of Legos matching Brian's collection that can be proven to be in the store on the night of November 14th. Now, to state the obvious, that's about 3 to 5 times what corporate estimated, at least on their press release. Now, yes, there are inherent errors in these estimates. Maybe we picked up some Lego that matched Brian's collection, but wasn't Brian's. But even though this is a bigger number than corporate said, I have to admit, even with pretty generous assumptions being made, there's still a huge gap of about $61,000 here that I just couldn't find. But then I learned Brian had made a special side deal with M&R Productions, who had recently purchased some Legos from him. And this is where it starts to get messy. So these are the pictures that M&R Productions sent me, looking at the Lego that Brian sold him. This was stuff reportedly in storage, and it's interesting because of an early...
Are we gonna find some of his Legos in here? Uh-oh. Hold up a minute. The plot thickens.
Inventory list, which had a column called location that Crystal used. And it listed a lot of the Star Wars items as being located in what they called storage. Now, previously, I was told that all of the stuff in storage was put back in the store, but there's a bunch that's on this list that I can't find in the store that seem to appear in these pictures. Now, I've been assured, by the way, that most of these Legos were not part of the inventory spreadsheet. They were never given to Bricks and Minifigs. This is a separate part of the collection, but I did a check, and 100% of the items that match the Brian collection inventory just so happen to be listed with a location of storage. So this starts to make things incredibly fuzzy, and I'm inclined to believe that a lot of these are part of that same inventory list. Now, if we take that value of the side deal, that's about $10,000 to $20,000 that's not actually missing. Now, it was at this point I started looking more at the point of sales records. I realized maybe we could find some of this missing Lego there too. So this is from the Salem internal store records. Like, I guess this is what is entered when someone does a sale, and it's everything from September 2023 to November 2024 of Star Wars anything. And by the way, before we continue, yes, this was all a lot of work. If you want to, please support us on Patreon. That's how this show gets made. But anyways, according to those records, about $51,000 in...
I should do little segues like that in my video. That's good. I'm learning stuff. $51,000 on point of sale records matched Brian's collection. 51K?
Sales went through during this time period in a way that matched Brian Mansell's collection. Now, that really worried me because Crystal's inventory list showed only $24,000 in sales for Brian, and Brian was only paid for that amount. But suddenly, I remembered back to a time when I spoke to Crystal, and I asked how much was sold prior to the takeover.
Which is something similar from what you told me, Crystal.
Yeah.
You told me, hey, it was about 50-something thousand.
Yeah.
But Brian was only paid $17,000.
Okay.
And it should have been about double that. And I'm just trying to make sense of that, given that everyone's accusing each other of theft right now. You understand?
I mean, without seeing any of those records, without seeing those individual tickets, I can't answer that any better.
Okay, this is kind of a problem. The math ain't math in here. 65 to 70% of 50,000 is almost double what we believe Brian was paid. And digging into the details, it turns out a lot of these sales come from what Crystal's spreadsheet actually categorizes as layaways, meaning they were marked as having been sold, but layaways are when someone puts a down payment on an item and later pays it off. But the problem was there were a lot of these, worth about $20,000 in layaway, and that felt a little strange to me. And because of that, I asked Josh Johnson, the incoming owner, and he responded, quote, "They're worth 2 to 3 items on layaway when they took over."
So on the list of that, on the inventory list, do you know about how many layaways
I haven't gone through and done a count, but I know it was vastly more than 2 to 3.
It was about 98.
That makes sense.
So there were about $15,000 to $25,000 worth of sets on layaway.
Okay.
That's just the part that's surprising. That's the part that I can't get my head around. I go, how could, let me just be really honest. I don't believe there was that much layaway. I don't know. I don't know how that's possible. How could there be that much layaway? I don't know. It's like I don't believe, because I was talking to some people about bricks and minifigs. They go, yeah, there's some layaway. There's not that much layaway. I talked to people who were neutral, kind of on corporate side, but also people who were just normal bricks and minifigs people. They say there's not that much layaway. Help me understand why there's $20,000 worth of layaway here.
Oh yeah, that's absolutely, if you talk to other bricks and minifigs locations, layaway is extremely rare. I think outside of the Brian's collection, I don't
Okay, good, I'm not crazy here. So then why was there so much layaway there?
No, absolutely not. Outside of Brian's collection, I think at the time we maybe had 2 used sets on layaway outside of his collection. Okay. It was not a common thing traditionally. I don't know that we'd ever done layaway before the collection came in. With Brian's collection, it was a little bit different because so much of this collection were, one, new in box, all in one place, reasonably priced, and a lot of the harder to find items. And so customers would come in and put, I'm gonna guess probably half of those layaway items were not gonna be sold to the person who took them on layaway. Because we had several that would put them on layaway and then change their mind. So this was something like, somebody would come in and want 10 different sets, but only be able to buy 1. Can I put the rest of those on layaway so you don't sell them? I'll pay $10 to put these sets on layaway. Traditionally with layaway, we would ask for 10% down. They'd have 30 days to make their next payment, or we'd refund the layaway amount and then put it back on the shelf. Because this collection was the collection it was, and I wanted to give these people the opportunity to dogs. To get these sets, we were a lot more generous with how long and the amount of payments that people could make towards the layaway. So a lot of these, we had several.
Okay, but a layaway deposit should not be refunded. That defeats the whole purpose. If you're putting it aside for somebody else comes in that wants to buy it, you're missing out on a potential sale.
Of them, I think one of the Ewok villages, we put on layaway 4 different times, and then it came off of layaway and back on layaway and then off and then sold. So a lot of these would have gone on and off of layaway and then back out on the shelf, just depending on the person who was putting it on layaway. That was completely unique to this collection.
So look, I'll be honest, I don't trust Josh Johnson, but something is weird here.
So a lot of these are, see, like, look at this. Like, so like it says POS final sale price, but it's listed as a layaway, but it's sold for $5.99.
Yeah.
Because it matches with the store sale price.
Okay.
So were they on layaway? Were they accidentally marked layaway on the spreadsheet? What's going on there?
I mean, without seeing the actual sales ticket and seeing what else, like what items were sold together, what else was sold with it, I can't actually see the sales ticket. We had several layaway items in which customers were putting multiple things on layaway, paying for most of one item, and then, or they were buying, 8 different things together and then putting all of them on layaway and making payments on multiple items at the same time. Our Ewok village was one of those cases. At some point he had, I think, like 8 or 9 different items on layaway. So they'd come in and make a payment for a bulk payment. I've got 800 things on layaway. I'm gonna make $100 on my payment. One customer in particular would do that, and then when he'd gotten up high enough to pay for one set, we'd pull that set out, mark it as sold. So without seeing the actual tickets and my layaway records, I cannot answer a question any clearer than that.
But I even found more than that in this POS data. I also found about $10,000 in sales that match Brian's collection that were not marked as sold under this inventory spreadsheet.
Some of our things that were not found were explained by the POS system because they were found in the POS system as being sold. So like they weren't marked on the spreadsheet, but they were marked as sold via the POS system. And this is about $10,000.
It seems like they marked as sold some layaway items and, like, I guess some items here that weren't actually sold, and I wonder why. Does this sort of take commission? I don't know. There's something a little suspicious
Worth of Lego that basically were matched.
See, and I don't know. Take anything happening from, let's see, sorry, I'm trying to do math here. I don't know without being able to see all of the records. There is a possibility that the consignments were ended when I wasn't at work and I just didn't go through and pull them up. They didn't get put in the consignment ticket. I hadn't gone through those consignments in a couple of months. I hadn't gone through the inventory in the back room in a couple of months. So it is entirely possible there were sales that were finished that I never clocked as being finished. I don't know that without going through and actually seeing it.
But you're saying it's possible stuff was sold, not updated on this inventory list.
It's entirely possible that stuff did not get updated on my spreadsheet. I'm not going to sit here and claim it's not possible. It's possible I missed things.
So where does this leave us? I know some people are jumping to conclusions here, but I must remind you that on the night of November 14th, 2024, Crystal Gorman was concerned about Brian getting paid or not getting paid.
He has not been paid his percentage yet, and if I don't have the tickets, I won't know how much I need to pay him.
Okay. So Crystal, ultimately, that's a business thing and not necessarily yours. Brandon will take, because taking on the business, he takes on all that consignment.
So obviously, one could.
This is like a surveillance cam footage from the store from 2024 where she's like, yo, he hasn't gotten paid and I need information to know how to pay him. And that Brandon dude who drove the U-Haul is like, this is none of your business.
Could see that and say she was intending to reconcile with Brian. Maybe she hadn't gotten around to it. And of course, corporate will probably take a more cynical view of what she's doing by printing these receipts. But the point is, regardless of whose side you're on, I think we can all agree there's a lot of weird stuff here on all sides. Abnormal stuff. Sure, maybe you can chalk some of this up to bad record keeping between the U-Haul, the layaways, the $20,000 in Lego sets that corporate called $2,000 to $5,000 that was there that night, the off-book deals. But even if we can't like fully know 100%, what these weird things were about, I think they tell a story of what actually happened to Brian's collection. In a way, multiple people, I think, are kind of right, kind of wrong. The Gormans were correct that more of that collection was there that night of the takeover than previously thought. But corporate also alleged that some of it was offsite, and that appears to be partly true, although some of that is disputed, and it looks like, way more of the collection was sold and layawayed than Brian was paid for. But all in all, there's a lot less missing than many people think, especially if your starting number is $200,000. I estimated, and I must emphasize, estimated with bad records, that there's only about $10,000 to $20,000 in Lego that isn't explained by one of these sources. This isn't to say Brian's been fully...
Maybe it is, it could be a case where every party has done some gross negligent stuff, or taking a little bit here, taking a little bit there, and it adds up. I don't know.
Compensated. Much of this...
I just feel like the way these two, the couple are talking, they're so relaxed. And their body language tells to me that they're telling the truth. And they feel, at least, that they've got nothing to reproach themselves. Now, could they have made mistakes? That could be the case.
Brian wasn't paid for that I know of. So I estimate he's still out about $50,000 to $83,000 for Lego he wasn't compensated for. And I think, honestly, that's something that Bricks and Minifigs obviously should handle and make right. Regardless of what a franchisee does, the new one, the old one, the company behind it must stand behind their product, their service, and I can't imagine a better example of a company doing the opposite. Unfortunately, Bricks and Minifigs has chosen to deflect and dodge responsibility at most opportunities and created a...
Yeah, they're so stupid because the reputational damage they're suffering right now is way higher.
Really awful customer experience that has snowballed into this crazy series of events.
But I wonder if other people are pulling their Legos out of this store chain.
But instead of taking accountability for that, they've taken an aggressive legal strategy, which I told them personally was a horrible idea. As of writing this, Brian Mansell is being sued for $1.3 million as part of a legal campaign against him and Reckless Ben and any of the associates.
I thought they dropped
Remember, Brian is the same guy who lost all these Legos at Bricks and Minifigs store. And I told the CEO and COO that's ridiculous and they should drop this. Look, mistakes have been made by plenty of people here, but there's a lot more people who have inflicted self-owns, the likes of which we've rarely seen, by just choosing the worst possible path at every fork in the road. No pun intended. But the best path to making things right, in my view, is by just making Brian whole and moving on.
The lawsuit was dropped right after we finished filming. I see.
Drop the aggressive legal strategy. You are a Lego store at the end of the day. You are supposed to be about fun, not about a rerun of Suits. But anyways,
no, they haven't dropped the lawsuit against Ben, but they dropped the lawsuit against the family, apparently.
That's my investigation. Those are my closing thoughts. And I knew I wanted to approach everyone involved in this whole story with my results and see what they thought to close things out. Does all that make sense to you? Because I'm showing everyone in this story and saying, hey,
the thing
are any of these numbers blowing your mind, or is any of this crazy to you?
No, it's not crazy. But what's crazy to me, again, all the photo evidence that both sides have points to there being $20,000 worth of Lego of Star Wars Lego in the store that night, right? I don't know, man. I'm just can people understand maybe why there was some confusion and why there was some hesitation when somebody comes in and says, hey, you owe me $60,000 worth of product and Lego, and we go, we don't even know who you are. Like, yeah, Crystal mentioned something about consignment on her way out the door. And we go, sure, we'll get that figured out. But then the guy just walks in and demands $60,000 worth of Lego. Like, what am I supposed to do other than say, cool, show me, can you show me the proof?
The problem is there's so much of a dispute on the timeline, and this is what's going to make this story so hard to tell, is like...
But don't they have the original contract to show them? That's all the proof they need. I put my items there, I should get them back. What the fuck?
They say...
I don't care if you lost them. I just want to be paid back. It's not my fucking problem. You guys figure it out.
You guys are unreasonable. They tried, and eventually they gave up. But they say they tried it. They were basically met with, like, unreasonable requests, things like that. So...
Verification? Documentation? Is that unreasonable, do you think?
Well, I think they would say they provided the documentation, and you guys say you need more documentation. So, I mean, that's kind of the...
Right. A spread, like, I understand a spreadsheet and a contract are a good start.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we never got that. That was never sent to us at corporate, by the way.
Y'all do have the spreadsheet, though, yeah? Y'all have the spreadsheet.
That was shared online, but months after we asked for it.
It says it's... I'm so confused. It's...
But you only need the contract with the total amount. The spreadsheet you need to find the physical items.
It says I'm on the file right now. It says storage used, owned by BAM Franchising Inc. Owner Salem.or bricksandminifigs.com.
What are you looking at?
It says owner Salem.or at bricksandminifigs.com. That's you guys. It says owned by BAM Franchising Inc. It says created September 6, 2024. And when I look at it, this is the Mansell list, I believe.
So this would have been created under, like, so we have the
y'all definitely have this. Y'all have access to this.
Well, I had no idea. Like, so if this is the first that anybody has shown me that a spreadsheet was created using, like, Bricks and Minifigs Salem, like, and all of this stuff was archived. This is the first I've seen that this spreadsheet was created by Crystal, and we don't know how accurate it is, how up to date it was. We don't know a lot of those types of things, and understand. I appreciate you sharing this with us because we had no idea. Again, you don't know what you don't know, and you can't, like, we don't know everything, and we don't go, like, looking in every nook and cranny everywhere, like, we just don't know some of those things. So if that's there, we can now have our team go look for that.
When it comes right down to it, they're going to have to make a judgment call and say, who's telling the truth? The people who were taking all the pictures and say, and we couldn't take pictures of everything the night of, but we're being honest consistently, and the people who are saying, there was $5,000 there. Really? Like, that makes no sense. We've got the evidence, and yes, there's a discrepancy. We acknowledge we did not take pictures of everything, but does that mean that the discrepancy is, and therefore these missing, percentage, whatever that would be, 5%, is some magical other place? Or it was sitting there in the store and we didn't get pictures of it.
How much is this chain worth? Like, is this like a huge amount of money for them?
If I messed up,
explanation.
If I messed up on my record keeping, I will take accountability for that. Mm-hmm. It's possible. If my staff didn't draw attention that consignments had left out, so I'd move them to the thing. Any of that, I will take accountability to that.
There were 40 millions, then what's them paying like $100,000?
I am more than willing to do that. I need BAM to show me those tickets.
As they promised to do.
I will sit down with Brian and talk this over and figure out what we missed and where it was missed and how it was missed and make that right with him.
I mean, that's new information no one's ever found out, so that's, like, awesome. They're gonna lose hundreds of millions of dollars because of their own wrongdoing. They're literally gonna destroy their entire company because they're this stubborn over maybe $20,000 worth of Lego.
Yeah.
Sure, I'll be keeping you in the loop.
Yeah, it's not even $100,000 at this point. They've got like $20,000 left of Legos to pay out or some shit.
what you know.
Nice. I'm excited. This was good work. My other final thoughts is, dude, you solved it, dude. That's awesome.
As I'm making this video, Brandon Bess and Josh Johnson are no longer working at Bricks and Minifigs. Oh, Brandon, as the guy from the U-Haul. Who's Josh Johnson? Is it the guy with the blue eyes or the COO? Bricks and Minifigs is suing Brian Mansell and Reckless Ben for over $1 million in damages. It's the mustache guy? I thought he was the owner. The one that was manipulating the police? A restraining order is in effect against Reckless Ben to prevent him from speaking about Bricks and Minifigs. They're so disgusting. The Gormans are suing Bricks and Minifigs. The lawsuit claims Brian's collection had an original aggregate value of around $250,000. Wait.
It's the McNeffs who say they were behind on.
So these two guys are still working there. Josh and Brandon were the two who took over the store. Brandon was the one at the store on the night they had... Oh, okay, it's these guys. They're the ones that took over the franchise. Brandon was the one with the U-Haul and the secret shopper. These two are the CEO and COO, so it makes sense that they're still here. Got it. Okay, thank you, Bayani. And Josh was the guy Ben called the Mormons on. The Mormons? You mean the cops? That was a way too easy case for Coffee. That was probably one of his easiest case, man. He covers more complicated stuff. Reckless Ben may be silenced, but he passed the torch to CoffeeZilla. I trust nothing Bam says. The CEO has lied in so many interviews. There's no U-Haul, no way, Jose. Yeah, how many disgruntled employees must there be, man? They said that the Gormans were carrying out a trolley with a coat over it. It's their bird cage. Oh my god. I mean, if enough people talk about this, they can't sue everybody, right? There was a Mormon cult involved or something. Oh my god. Ben alerted the Mormon church. I wish I was following the story from the get-go. That's crazy. That is one of the most insane stories I've heard in a while. And we just watched a girl cheat on her boyfriend with her cousin. Why did they call the Mormons on them? And the fact that it's all about Legos. Like, I didn't know Legos were such a topic of, like, drama. I guess they were for a while. Kind of like Pokemon TCGs or something. When in Utah, 99% chance the story involves Mormons? Oh. I didn't know Utah was like that. Okay, my door is buzzing again. I need to stop ordering stuff on Amazon. As an ex-Mormon, Utah is the Mormon capital. Friend who has Lego held by them should, dude, absolutely. I wonder if that's been happening. Like, what's the name of the store again? I only remember Briggs. Are people pulling out their Legos? I don't know if that's gonna yield any results. Their stores are being attacked.
Well, here I am back again making another and now paying.
I don't know if this is gonna be
Totally viral thanks to largely the investigation videos from Reckless Ben. But here is the problem.
Okay, but I just want to know if people are pulling out their Legos. This is such a PRL, man. Okay, I can't find anything on this. You should watch the 10-minute video where there's a physical fight. Is that the body cam? This one? What's going on, by the way? Why is there a million people on Legal, what's his name? Legal Eagle's channel now? It's not Legal Eagle anymore. How can I find this video? I think I had it. Like, do I just type body cam footage?
Huge breaking update in regards to the bricks and minifigs scandal when the Utah Police Department that arrested Raines, the officers days talking about harassment that him and his family are feeling, and so many more interesting clips and updates. But there's a lot to get into, so let's just jump in. Welcome to the internet versus bricks and minifigs on redacted body cams. It starts when V9917JIO1 posts on the Reckless Ben subreddit, American Fork PD on redacted body cam / dash cam videos. In the American Fork PD's YouTube video where they link a Dropbox folder, did I miss it previously? Or have they updated the Dropbox with unredacted versions of the body cam / dash cam footage? As there's a folder called unredacted body and dash cam, which I don't think was previously there, and the docx file inside it is showing as updated 1 hour ago from the time of this post was made. And a CEP replied to the thread by saying, these are unredacted. It has Josh Johnson in one that I just downloaded. And then some of these clips of Josh Johnson actually started getting posted on the explains their side of the
video
altogether.
I'll look into. Did you take pictures of those things? Yes, I got the case number that he's referring to, and I'll check with the court, see if it's a valid civil case that he's trying to push through, and we'll go about it that way, okay? Again, I don't know all the specifics. I don't know why this whole thing has been happening between the two of you. I'm getting two different stories from each one of you. What is he possibly saying? He's saying that he had $200,000 worth of Star Wars Legos. He did that. No, he did not. Right. Never had that.
So officer, again, this is Hammond. I'm with the corporate office.
He's the
CEO. Is he barefoot?
Oh, hi. So
I don't want to see men's feet.
What's happened is we had a former franchisee that entered into an invalid consignment agreement with a completely separate person. That person sold their...
An invalid consignment agreement. Okay, but how is it the customer's problem? It is your damn problem.
Lego sets and didn't pay the person that they injured. And this has nothing to do with Mr. Schneider. Mr. Schneider is just a YouTuber that got a hold of the story and then went to this guy and said, hey, if I can harass these guys and if I can do some stuff and get some money out of them, will you pay me some of that money? And that's what they're trying to do, is the individual who actually owes the money left the United States. They were one of our franchisees. They were terminated as a franchisee for violating all sorts of rules. They then fled to Europe somewhere. And so we've been trying to deal with this situation. We've been
How have they fled? We literally had them in an interview with CoffeeZilla.
trying to help the person up in Oregon, but unless, because we found out later that they've been all
They fled to Europe with their 3 dogs?
working together to try and force some money out of us. So we've had our attorneys working on it. We've been in contact with the Marion County Sheriff's Department, the Marion County District Attorney, the Kaiser, and this is all up in Oregon. And then they started flying down here, coming to our corporate offices, and now they're heading to our staff and other individuals' personal residences to just harass and continue to try and extort money out of them. And so there's already a case in Provo because they've been passing fraudulent documents up in Oregon. They created a fake contract, forged a manager's signature up there, threatened to kill her, all sorts of things. And all of
They forged a manager's signature? They threatened to kill her? Who?
this while he's wearing glasses that have a camera in it. I don't know if you see the camera.
Is he wearing the glasses today? Yeah. Yeah, he's wearing the glasses. Yeah, so you're on YouTube.
So he's filming you guys. He's filming everything. And
Oh, he's got the Ray-Ban glasses that film? That's smart.
he's trying to put all this stuff together to put together an additional extortion attempt on us. So that's what they're doing. And he like, if you go to his channel, Reckless Ben, that's what he does. He just goes around and he does stupid things and he harasses people and he chops and screws up all of this footage. And that's all he's trying to do is get footage right now. He's just trying to get more footage to put more videos out there to get more clicks and likes.
Oh my god, Draco Knight with the 5 gifted subs on Twitch. Thank you, Draco Knight. Thank you. I appreciate you so much. Distraction package. Hell yeah. Thank you so much. That's amazing.
He has nothing to do with this case other than he just, and he was the one who vandalized the store over the weekend, along with Mr. Mansell, who's the original person who consigned it to a completely different entity, a different party. So,
oh, we got a level 2 hype train going on. Let's go.
they just know that, you know, like, because that other person, that other party, they went bankrupt and don't have any money, they're just going after somebody else that they think they can just extort money out of.
Gotcha. Okay. Have you...
Yeah, he didn't vandalize shit. Like, this is like somebody talks to you loudly and you're like, I'm being verbally harassed.
Has the, I guess, the store had any sort of lawsuit filed?
Oh, Ben did do something dumb where he made the manager sign a contract presenting was a UPS delivery they were signing for. Okay. But what was the point of Ben making him sign that contract? I don't get it. What was the contract?
Against them by this Ben Schneider or the Mansell?
So again, going on the fraud that the Marion County District Attorney's office is looking into, they filed multiple small claims court claims against a completely separate entity, and they used fictitious names to do so. All of the cases were then dropped because of it, and but none of them were filed against the actual individuals. They weren't filed against Josh or his entity. They weren't filed against us and our entity. They were filed against completely either fictitious entities or otherwise. But they're fraudulently filing things with the state in order to make it look legitimate when he puts his videos out online.
Gotcha.
And he's done this at least, I think, in 2 other instances with individuals who ended up, like filing lawsuits against him.
Okay.
So that's what we're working on right now with our own attorneys is going after him and his stuff. But no lawsuits have been filed against us, against Josh and his entity, or against any of the parties that he's claiming. But we're working on our lawsuit to file against him and all individuals that are associated with him, including the former franchisees and Mr. Mansell, who are all colluding together to try and extort money out of us.
Okay, I gotcha. Okay.
and now replies, interesting that the police don't challenge or question any of the CEO's take on events. Normally, I would have expected to hear, does your company still have the Lego sets from the previous franchisee's agreement or no? And That's Not Sick says, it's white collar bias. Josh makes sure to title drop CEO. And then CEO talks in authoritative voice about consignments. These cops go on to Google stuff, per other body cam footage, to arrest Ben on. They're not challenging a CEO on legal consignments. Holy Sticky says, I think the AFDP threw this out just to save themselves. Something big is going on behind the scenes. And Jedi Mind Trick Trust says, maybe they're deciding it's. There's also this clip that got posted by C. Assignment with the caption, Josh says documents are fake and the girl is a fake process server.
All right, she's been trespassed.
Hold on, Officer Somebot is back.
Okay, she's been trespassed. Talking with him, he's telling me a different story. Again, I don't know all the specifics of your case. He is very adamant that he wants to serve you with papers. Okay.
That's fake. That's illegal. You can't pretend to be a process server.
So
you can't. That's illegal.
I've explained to him that you don't want to be served papers. He's got to figure something out. If it's, again, I don't know if there's an actual case right now in Oregon.
It's a Class A misdemeanor to impersonate a process server in the state of Utah.
So right now,
I want her arrested for impersonating a process server.
So right now, I've explained that to them and explained that he needs to go a whole different route about this and to not come onto your property as well as her.
No. I can't just go pretend, I can't go print up fake documents and go try to process serve people. That's illegal.
Okay. Have you two been to court before?
No, he can't. No, he's a YouTuber.
Okay, you've never been to court with him.
No.
So these papers that he printed up are fake.
Yes, 1 billion, trillion, gazillion %.
Okay, never been to court with him or
never
anyone
been to court. Nobody's ever been to court.
Okay.
He's a YouTuber.
Okay, what was the reason behind your store closing this month?
His harassment and vandalism.
Shut it down?
Yeah.
Okay. So on your own accord, you guys
on
shut
my
it down?
own accord, yes.
Okay. Okay.
And Bright Falls Coffee says, put some shoes on, Gollum. And Ninja Llama says,
For real, I can't stand the grippers. Can we see another body cam? Like, what the fuck, man?
The better the case is going to go in your favor.
Yeah.
And I'm I appreciate you guys, like coming out and obviously Josh is one of my employees, but he's also a friend and like his family is being put through the ringer with these guys. It's not fair to them. Their mental health and their physical health is being affected by these guys. Like letting them go cannot be an option here, guys.
Oh, the contract was that she couldn't call the police and kick them out of the store. She would pay a couple $1,000s per violation, but he even said himself that he didn't think she would sign it without looking. And when she did, he was surprised. Later, he told her about it for her to stop calling the cops, as he had video evidence of her signing it, so she could end up paying at least $50K, I think. I don't know if that contract will hold, probably not, but it's a funny idea, I guess.
There's got to be something for cyber stalking, bullying, like all of the different things. Like there's got to be something to arrest them and send a message that this is not appropriate, this is not okay.
I'm in agreement with you. Again, that's why we're kind of working through this right now and communicating with Sandy, getting this pattern. I'm going to talk with him regarding this sign.
An unofficial world CEO says, OMG, I can't wait to see all the unredacted videos. And Podokis Kitchen says, accepting service from him.
So no, I'm not accepting service from him. Okay. Absolutely not. It's fake.
Okay.
It's not real.
That's completely fine. You have that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you okay if I give these papers to him?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Hang tight. All right, so who came to your door today?
The girl.
The girl? Did Ben come on your property?
No, but according to Sandy Police Department, it doesn't matter for stalking charges. If he keeps sending, if he's the one that's initiating her or somebody, because he's trespassed from the property, he knows he can't come here. But he has YouTube followers. He has kids that are just happy to be part of Ben Schneider, Reckless Ben's YouTube channel. So he convinces them to come to my house. Every single day we're going to have this interaction until we put an end to it. It's stalking.
Yeah,
You're coming up to my house taking pictures inside the windows?
Yeah. So again, I'm in agreement with you. I don't think that's acceptable. I don't know the full story behind this whole thing. Again, I just got what you just told me.
He's just a YouTuber.
We're gonna. Are you okay if she just gives you the papers so we can just get
Have
her?
you looked at the papers?
It looks like it's just instructions on some kind of Oregon claims court, civil court.
I've talked to the Kaiser Police Department. There's nothing filed. They did this before. They faked, like they got old entities, or I don't know how they just faked lawsuits, right? And they
So why does he care about getting served some fake papers then?
served them at the store there. And then of course I got thrown out of court. So now he goes on YouTube. Oh, see, look, we got this lawsuit on YouTube. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's all for YouTube. So no, I'm not accepting service from him. Okay. Absolutely not. It's fake.
Okay.
It's not real.
That's completely fine. You have that right.
Yeah.
So we're going to look into a couple of things on our end regarding some of these previous cases.
I was downstairs on a call. My wife said, I think they're coming in. So now I'm like, I don't trust these guys. My family, my kids are scared. My daughter's flipping out. My wife is scared. What am I supposed to do? I'm trying to work. I'm on a call. She's like, I think they're coming in. All right.
I gotcha. Yeah.
What the hell are we going to do? Because he tried coming in the door yesterday. What do I do?
Again,
what do I do?
I'm not sure what to do on your end. I don't know the full story, but we're going to look into some of these previous cases and see what we can do on our end just to hopefully resolve this for you.
We could call the Sandy Police Department, and I don't know if you guys can coordinate. And maybe they've got some statues that they're working on.
Well, that's going to be a different city, so we'll deal with what we can right here. But again, I'm going to look into those previous cases, and I'll be back with you, okay?
I like that the cop guy has like a cowboy hat.
Well, this isn't Salt Lake County, this is Utah County. We do things differently down here.
And OP clarifies his clip by saying, the clip at the end is from when the Mormon kid knocked on his door. I just think it's funny they say they do things differently around here so much. So I tossed it in too. And Spinny Hedgie says, we do things differently down here. Has to become a meme. And Agent Poyo says, I mean, it kind of already is a meme. It's what the corrupt cops in movies say when they want to act tough. This knucklehead thinks he's in one of those movies. And Cthulhu's intern says, am I living in a lawyer's dream right now? And S0 says, you can't refuse to get served. All the process servers has to do is walk up and say you got served and drop it. And Sid Ubu Sid Good Dog says, it's fake. Over on Twitter, Nighthops also posts this clip with the caption, new body cam footage from American Fork PD with...
She's so gross.
Court papers. What a weenie.
I never said that.
Yeah, you did.
Give a damn of your opinion. It's wrong. And if you want to test your opinion, let's go to court. Who enforces the law?
The court. So
exactly.
So you're saying that
it's just
so you're saying so basically what you're saying is I'm wrong, but you can sue me for it, is what you're saying.
Yeah, that's the long and the short of it.
So you know you're wrong. So you know that you stole the Legos then.
Let's go to court then.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, is that what you want?
Yeah.
You really want that?
I mean, I would like to just get the Legos back, but if that's what you want, I mean, it seems like this is what you want. I'm giving you every out that I can, but...
Let's just not go down...
Dang.
Let's don't go down that route. It doesn't really matter, because...
I just want to get the Legos back. They're Brian's Legos, give them back. It's pretty easy.
And Name replies with a full 59-minute video of the entire encounter, which will also be linked in the description along with the full archive. And Kino Quixino replies to this picture of Joshua Johnson's feet in the caption anyway. Economy Wrongdoer posts this clip on the Reckless Spin subreddit with the caption, oops, shouldn't have said that.
Kaiser, Oregon.
There's also one that we believe...
How did I get access to all the body cams? Alright, that's enough. We can continue tomorrow. There's so much to get through. There's also, I didn't have a chance to talk about it. But there's also a huge drama going on in the Blue Archive community, which I'll speak about tomorrow. And then we can finish this. There's also like the VTubers share their horrible collab experience we can do tomorrow. What a crazy, crazy fucking story. How could they let this happen? I really need to eat. I'm sorry, Pineapple. I'm so hungry. Police in part of Unredacted actually tells Josh not to accept the papers. I think after they know they are real. Oh, so they were real? Yeah, I don't want people to shut up about it. That CoffeeZilla video was crazy. It was really good. My cats need to eat too. Oh, your new cat is so cute. All right, thanks everybody for watching. Really good stream. I'll be live back tomorrow. I can't do the thumbnails in advance because the thumbnails are topical on whatever happens that day. So I'll just I'll do the thumbnail tomorrow morning when I wake up. Thanks for the fun stream, guys. Brick by brick, we're gonna piece this together. All right, love y'all. See you tomorrow.